Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Barbershop on the Black Man Unfiltered Network. First of all, we want to make sure that we get everybody's temperature check, man. First, I'm gonna start to my immediate left. Let's start with Trey Fur. Trey Fur, how you doing today, sir?
Good evening, fellas. How y'all doing today, man?
Doing good, doing good. How was your week, brother?
Man, first of all, before I say how I was doing, man, I hope everybody had a good week, man, regardless of what was going on, man. BMD, I know you already spoke about yours, but yeah, man, shout out to all the fathers, man, and all the men who's trying to do what they need to do to get better, man. Salute. I'm retired, man. Ain't too much happening with me. The most exciting thing I did today was my grass in the front and the back. And weed eating. That was the most exciting thing I done did even 2 weeks, So, yeah, salute, man. Shit, I'm retired, man. I'm relaxed. Got on YouTube's Chop It Up With You Men, this past week. I love that. Those are my TV moments. Those are my, get my shoulder moments, feeling good, I go through it, man. It just helps me get by, man, when I connect to men and just to be better, man. We all working, trying to be our best, man, We all share a life experience and how things been. So, it's just part of life, man. You just get your fucking shoulder pads on, you hammer, you get back out there the next day, man. So I just hope that people can get to a good place like I've been, man, like I am. Like I'm gonna continue to be. So it's a beautiful feeling. So I respect all y'all, man. I hope everybody, be safe, man. Have your families, man. Shout out to all the husbands, man. For real. Shout out to the wives. Shout out to the grandmas, everybody, man. Shit, we get it. Shout out to the kids, man. If you got beautiful children, just hug them and kiss them. Just shout out to all the children.
That's what I'm talking about. Next, we're gonna start with TJ. What's up, sir? From the Bravado Network. How are you today, sir?
What's good? How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing, bro? That's the question.
This must have been the today's theme, man. This must have been like the theme of the week, because a lot of platforms have been covering that like this in various iterations all week long. So this is gonna be maybe there's something in the air that brothers we need to revisit these conversations, because something's in the air. I got invited. I'm going on to tomorrow evening. I'm gonna be, I guess, a featured guest on Singles by Choices, talking about similar stuff like this. Well, they want to talk specifically about the fact that I actually put up my daughter's mother in one of my property, well, my only property, and they want to know why I did that. So we're gonna go over there and talk about that too.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Next, we're gonna start with the one and only Mr. R. Payne.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
How was your week, man?
Yep.
How was your week this week, sir?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. I mean, every week is a blessing.
That's right.
Hey, listen, it's been interesting on these YouTube streets this week anyway, but it's all good, man. Hey, listen, I seen Take Heed on This Must Be Risky. She's pretty hot, man. She holding her own, doing her thing. Yeah, boy, she's growing nicely. Anyway, everything's cool. I don't know, no complaints. I found me a new acronym for DEI though. There you go, right down there.
What you got? What's it called?
Don't encourage idiots.
That's what I'm talking about. Don't encourage idiots. That's what I'm talking about. Well, you know what? We had to get the brother in here, man. The president of the 7Bs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mr. Bennett, the president of the 7Bs.
Good evening, everyone. Shout out to my brotherhood. Shout out to my ball brotherhood. I salute all you guys, to the bold and the beautiful, the beneficent, benevolent ball brotherhood of the BMP Network. Again, I salute all you gentlemen, and it's been a terrific week for me. And today, March 29th, starts season number 28 of the Bennett household. So we, spent some time, a few days down in Atlantic City, and all we did was eat, sleep, work out, and repeat for a few days. And so we had a great time there. Got back today, and so again, today is just day one. So I will never say I've been married 27 years. That's irrelevant. This is marriage season 28 or death. And so that's what we're aiming for here. And today was a good day, and we're just going to take this thing one day at a time in this season and see what God's going to have for us in store this year. So very excited, very blessed, and just looking to move ahead, not look backwards. So good day.
That's right. Congratulations, sir.
Appreciate
To
it.
you and your beautiful bride, sir.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yes, indeed. So, well, speaking of brides, today's topic, we want to get into it. I'm gonna start with TJ today, man.
No, Lost. How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm fine, brother. You know me. I'm
Come
good.
on now. We ain't gonna pass that. Now.
Listen, I'm gonna slide on by that. I'm good, man. Let me tell you something. I've been active this week. I think I've been live just about every day this week in some form of capacity. And we've been talking. The topic has been teetering on this all week long, so I kind of figured it was gonna bubble up on the barbershop. So I was like, you know what? I think it's time we had the conversation, man.
Absolutely, brother.
Conversation.
And I'm glad that we're having the conversation too, man, because what's happening today in the world, man, a lot of people ain't talking about a lot. They, we avoiding conversations because we all want to be politically correct. Today, I got so much hate mail from my family because I made the Joe Biden video. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Yeah, I did.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, my great aunt called me and said, "You take that shit down now." I said, "Yes, ma'am, I'll take it down in about a year." Oh, you just done lost yourself. The way we raised you better than this. You up here putting Joe Biden up here like that man retarded. I said, well, mama, mama, auntie, listen, that Joe Biden, that man literally on that video had to guide him through a door. He didn't even know where he was. Let's just start there. The man didn't even know where he was standing at. He didn't know. The man had to grab Joe Biden by the arm and turn him in a circle. And you know what I'm waiting on? I don't know what kind of shot they're going to give him. I don't know. Shit. I don't know what kind of shot they're going to give him. I don't know if they're going to give him some type of adrenaline or whatever for these debates. But if they don't get his shit together, Donald Trump going to drag his ass. I'm going to tell you that now because Donald Trump right now, he in his 70s too, right? Yeah.
He's
7-year apart.
He's sharp. I saw a joke he did with Hillary Clinton, and he said he was walking past Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton, he bumped into Hillary. No, Hillary Clinton bumped into him, and he looked at her, and she looked at him and said, "Pardon me." Right? So, and I was just, and I've seen Donald Trump is playing the long game. He in the black neighborhoods. He's stopping in Atlanta. He taking pictures with women that got pink hair, green hair. Said, "Look at this shit." And they just taking pictures with him like he Michael Jackson. His shoes sold out in 20 minutes. I mean, I don't know. Joe Biden, they about to give him something. They about to give him some of them Aunt Jemima pancakes or some shit because he gonna be them debates coming and Donald Trump is gonna drag his ass. And I'm just oh my God, it's gonna get real bad. But
the country's ready for a change, man.
Yep.
It's about that time.
Yeah, Joe
Because
Biden.
I don't think what's going on now is it's conducive to the health of the country right now. It's not looking good.
Exactly, bro. So also tonight, we did get some cash apps early. I mean, cash apps and let's see, super chats early. We got the Real Bravado Network, $5. Thank you so much, my brother. Appreciate that. He says, starting the collection plate. Thank you so much. We got Ty Shadow One with the $10 super chat. He said, just in time, I need a fresh razor tonight. All right. Thank you for being here. We got Mr. Ernest in the building tonight. Scorched Earth said Vin Diesel singing for shit. He wouldn't get square. Oh my God. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. We got Almanize in the building that says, hey, y'all, what's going on? Sugarfoot. Give it a sprinkles. Give it a sprinkles. Give it a sprinkles.
There we go.
All right. For those super chats tonight, and those cash apps, we appreciate you guys and everything you do. Let me give you a little bit of something for that before we start the show. All right. Let me get this down first. Let's see. All right. All right. There we go. Here we go.
Three, two, one. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I could flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at.
All right, thank you guys for that. I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. And TJ gave an offering, so TJ
ain't gonna let me live if he don't get his pastor. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Good Joint is in the building tonight on behalf of his member, TJ. Thank you for the super chat, TJ.
Tryna party all night, DJ play another song. 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 Tryna party all night, DJ play another song.
It's clever, baby. I'm in this bitch with AJ in the club, jumping up and down like it's payday. Party all night. Shout out to my nigga, baby. Yeah, that's my DJ. That's my DJ. Nigga, I've been rolling like a Mack truck. Bam, 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 throw me back one. Don't step on my shoes, nigga, back up. But you fuck around and get your bitch snatched up. Yeah, they didn't let me in, they didn't let me through, yeah. Nigga, it's whatever what you wanna do, yeah. Out of my head, chicken all night long. DJ, run this bitch, I'm tryna, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
right,
my
thank you.
goodness.
That's Bishop Good Joint. If you want to see Bishop Good Joint in the building, or you want to see our African brothers do the Lost in Translation 2-step, make sure you guys send that Cash App or send that super chat, and we'll definitely play that for you. All right. If you want to see the lit 2-step or you want to see Bishop Good Joint, go ahead and send your boy some pounds. All right, here we go. So y'all see the name of the show, The Hoe in the Cleanup. You also saw the thumbnail, which was very, very intentional, because a lot of people do feel like Russell was a cleanup man. However, we'll start with this question here. This is for everybody. Lost in Translation, TJ, Mr. Bennett, Marpain, Trey. When you think of a man as a cleanup man, we know what a hoe is. But when you think of a cleanup man, what comes to mind? Give me the first word that comes to mind when you think of a cleanup man. We'll start with Lost and go around. Lost, your word.
Lost.
Trey Ferg, your word.
Brother, ask the question one more time.
Give me one word that comes to mind when you think of the cleanup man.
Confused.
Let him use you.
I said confused.
TJ, one word.
Settling.
Mr. Bennett.
Redeemer.
Oh, that's different. I like it. Arpain.
Desperate.
Y'all came from two different ends of the spectrum. So let's jump into that then. Let's jump into what you guys said. Everybody remember what everybody said. Mr. Bennett, we'll start with you first, because you said something completely different than everybody else. You said Redeemer. Can you go into context? Give us some context on Redeemer.
Well, I think that certainly the guy who can look at someone in that situation and literally remove her from that situation. I'm not saying that it's likely. I'm not saying it's even suggested, but just based on your thumbnail that you had with the Wilsons, I think he redeemed her. I'm not gonna question the man's faith. He said that he was called to do that, to redeem her, and you know I'm gonna trust I'm not gonna question his faith, so I'm gonna assume that's what he did. But again, not everyone, 99.9% of people aren't Russell Wilson. So, but I think a guy who, you know, can a woman who's had that lifestyle get with a guy who will, you know, sort of domesticate her a little bit. No, KS used to talk about this all the time. A lot of people in the adult film industry, now they're wives and soccer moms and everything else. Yeah. So it's not a death sentence, but certainly it's really more about what she does more so than what he does. But if he's willing to take that risk on her, again, I wouldn't advise my son to do it. But if he feels compelled that he wants to take that on, and if she's willing to make those adjustments, I don't think anyone is necessarily beyond redemption. Again, it's not common, but that's the first thing that came to mind.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bennett, for that. We're going to jump into that in a minute. I want to get everybody's first word. I want to get everybody's thoughts on what they said. Then we'll jump into the conversation. Arpain, what was your word? And give us context on what you said.
Yeah, I said desperate, but with Russell Wilson, it wasn't desperate for a woman. It was desperate for a woman like her because he's kind of a ham. He likes to, I think he chose her not only because she's beautiful, but I think he chose her because it would give him the kind of clout that a guy like I think he needs. That's what I'm thinking. The fact that, she had a kid and all that, I think we overplay that. I don't think Ciara was any more of a hoe than the average woman out there fooling around at that level. But I think he was desperate from the standpoint he wanted the clout from her standpoint with the celebrities and the in crowd that she would give him. And in return, he gave her some stability and probably the kind of stuff that Mr. Bennett's talking about. If she really needed it. So my desperate wasn't like desperate for a woman. It was desperate for the kind of woman, and that's what he got.
Now, I want to pause parenthetically here for just a second and say this. When it comes to Mr. Wilson and Mr. Wilson, when it comes to Mr. Wilson, I want to ask the men on the panel just briefly, just for a nod in the head or a yes or no, or just give me a facial expression real quick so we can jump back into the conversation. But if your son came to you and said, Daddy Payne, I'm marrying this chick. Now I'm marrying her, she got a kid. And then but Dad, I want to tell you a little bit about her. Now, she is a good girl, she's very thoughtful, she's very intelligent. Now her baby daddy got 10 babies with 10 different baby mamas. And so she slept with him with no protection and had baby number 11. But I love her and I want to be with her. I think she's a great woman. I think she made a great decision to be with me. What are you saying, Daddy Payne?
Well, I would say, listen, if I knew Ciara, if we're talking about Ciara, since we're talking about Russell Wilson, the fact that she was rich and she could live on her own with or without him, who gives? I mean, listen, most of those women were fucking guys for chicken dinners. So what? She had a baby by Future.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm not. I mean, shit. I mean, listen.
I know a couple of women
let me just land it there. If I land it there, I don't think. You know what? I wouldn't have said anything because I like Russell Wilson myself.
Mm-hmm.
I do. So maybe I'm different than everybody else. So
I agree with you, Arpain, though. I think that women do give discounted vagina for chicken dinners and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
If Chick-fil-A's closed on Sunday, they go to you could go pick up a nice little salad or a $3 rose from Walmart and get all the wet you want. And that's just shameless plug for Tuesday. The women are going to show up on Tuesday. And the women are going to be talking about the men that women have lost out on. And the name of the show on Tuesday is Wet with Regret. So they're going to talk about that on Tuesday. Wet with Regret on Tuesday. So get ready for that. Anyway, back to the show. Arpain has said his piece. TJ, what was your word and how do you define it? Give us some context.
I really didn't have any context, but I've been sitting here thinking about it. Listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. My word was settling. Most guys get what they can get, and that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You wind up with a baby mama, that's what you can get. Don't no guy wake up one day and go, oh yeah, my ideal woman is somebody else's baby mama. But we get what we can get. Now the problem is, Mr. Payne with having a baby by a Future, the problem is the fact of the matter is Russell Wilson is going to have to do stuff for her that was not required of Future. So a lot of times these women with these trash bag fathers, they require and the guy that they know the guy is settling for them. They know he's settling, and so that gives her a little bit of leverage. So she asks for other things, you know what I mean, that she was not able to get from the kid's father. So the problem with having a kid by a duster bunny is because a lot of these, I mean, getting in a relationship with a woman who has a kid by a duster bunny is that these guys are going to have to go in and do stuff that duster bunny doesn't do. That woman's going to make that man pay for her as if she was, for lack of a better word, a high value woman. And a high value woman doesn't necessarily mean a virgin. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The color purple, they use the term spoiled. Is as ugly as that sound when you're talking about a woman. That's what the fuck she is.
Can I just a real quick rebuttal, just real quick, and we can get
Yes.
into it later.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it later,
Because
Mr. Payne.
based on what you just
Hold on,
said-
Mr. Payne. Hold on, Mr. Payne. Can you hold that? Because that's gonna be great for conversation in just a
All right.
moment. Okay. So
Okay.
hold your boxers up. Don't let that thing out yet. Pause. All right. TJ, are you done?
I was gonna read a text message I just got.
Oh Lord.
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's-
Okay,
what's-
I'm gonna paraphrase it because I said some shit that I don't want to air out, but she asked about this is a woman asking about going away to a B&B, and I said to her, as long as you pay 93.34% of the trip, I'm in.
Damn.
She what? And then so she wrote, she goes, I was listening to this older woman on YouTube, and she said, if a man takes me on a trip, he should pay for everything. I replied to her, and I said, I'm giving you a discount. Your last man, you paid 100%. I'm giving you a break. You only got to pay 93%. And then her response was, you an asshole. And I go, and I said, I said, yes, I know. I'm proud of it.
And that's one of the
I mean-
questions for later on tonight too. So I want you to hold that too, because that's going to be really important in about 20 minutes. So I want you to hold that too, because we got to tackle that too, right? Because the cleanup man comes in and does something that the man with that Chicken Express dinner did not have to do.
Yes.
But we're going to get into that in a minute. Okay. Trey Ferg, what word did you say? And give us context on what you said.
I said confused, and the more I thought about it, it was like, I think Russell really didn't really have the insight, because he had a crush on her for a very long time, and I think that sort of clouded his little vision for real, because he sees what everybody else sees as far as who she's been with, the situation that's tied to that. He sees that. So I just think he just made a decision, and she understood who he was, but I don't think he really looked at it. But he went in 100% because he always loved it. I believe he's always loved it. He was just confused by love, man. He always liked that. Since how long? What, he been in the league over 10 years? He been liking it since he been in the league. So it's just. But I have some other, another word that I can use to it. But I'm just gonna hold it.
You only get one, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This
What he told you.
Last but not least at all, my brother from another mother, lost in translation, please give us your word and your soliloquy so we can go into this conversation, because everybody holding on to something right now that they want to say.
You know what? My word was lost. And I'm going to tell you why I said lost. It's because he's lost into who he is as a man. You know what I mean? He basically gave in to his carnal side by saying, you know what? This is Sierra. I got money. She going to fall for me no matter how corny I am. And the reason why I say that is because I listened to a podcast where Sierra was talking about Russell, and she was like, that man saved me. He listens to me. You know what I mean? And it's always in context to the first guy. But see, people don't pick up on stuff like that. You can hear the relief in her voice that says, you know what, he listens to me. He makes sure he checks on me. Let me tell you something. What I hear, when I translate that, when I hear lost in translation, I'm hearing, thank God he's not Future, because he wasn't there for me. Thank God he listens to me, because Future didn't care. You see what I'm saying? That's what I heard. But see, a lot of people don't pick up on stuff like that. They hear the fact that, oh, Russell's a great man, and he is to an extent because he went and did what he had to do. But at the end of the day, the reason why I said lost is because he didn't wait for what he wanted. He basically settled for his own carnal nature so he could be the man. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is this: as long as your measurement of a man is in conjunction and in light or the shadow of another man, you'll never be the man that you're supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? He will always be in reference to another man. And I don't know about you. I don't think no other man wants to be his shine in reference to another man. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, thank God Russell is not him. Thank God, Russell didn't do me like this other dude. You see what I'm saying? It's never an appreciation for who he is. And I think a lot of women today do that. They always say when they finally get their dude, it's always, thank God he's not this other dude. And it's never a genuine praise for the man that they have. And it's very rare that you see that. You know what I'm saying? It's called edification for the man who's actually doing the dadgum work. The man who actually saved you from your particular situation. But my thing is, why we always got to be Mario? Why you always got to be Princess Peach? Why we always got to be saving you? I got to go through all these changes and dungeons and all this. So how come you just can't beat me at the castle, baby? You know what I'm saying? Know who I am. I got to be the one to prove my worth. I got to go ahead and slay these dragons. You know what I'm saying? I think my whole thing is this, man. Women need to do a better job of believing in themselves, believing better for themselves, and stop leaning into the situation where I have a whole phase, all this other stuff. My thing is this: make sure that you wait. Waiting used to be honorable for women. When did that ever become one of those situations where it's out of style, where it's out of class? You see what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I use my word lost, because Russell didn't wait. He basically settled. But at the same time, he did what he had to do. But my whole thing is I want to make sure that she shows reverence for the man who actually did something for her and not in the shadow or the conjunction of the first guy.
All right, man. Thank you for that. Now, tonight, guys, moving. I want us to stay on. We're going to stay on topic because this is a good topic. And so if any one of us, including myself, get derailed at any point, pull my ass back in and along with your brothers beside you. All right. Now I want to bring in I'm gonna tell you right now, Clement, if you driving, you're gonna have to park or something. You have to park, man. You look like a retired Wolverine actor. You gonna have to park. But I'm gonna bring up some other brothers that came in tonight. I want to ask them their one word and their description of one word when we're talking about the subject. Now, the thumbnail, yeah, we talk about Russell, but I want to stay on the fact of Ho and the cleanup man. When you think about the cleanup man in general, right? Whether he's rich like Russell or he's the bag man at Walmart, right? What do you think about the cleanup man? So let me get these three guys up here. We got Prototype in the building tonight. We got Trey in the building tonight. All right. And we got Lou Gossett Jr. son in the building tonight.
What the hell that's supposed to be?
All right. Now, I wanted to say this real quick.
First of all, you guys all looking good with your beautiful heads. I salute you guys.
Man, you bald bastards. And so I'm glad to have you here, Trey.
Hey, don't be mad because you ain't got no hair on your head.
Thank you, Trey, for being here tonight. Prototype, thank you for being here tonight. Scorched Earth, Clement Bryant, Underlying Bartholomew Jones, thank you for being here tonight. I just want to bring in Trey first, man. I want to ask you, how are you, man? How's the family? And then I want to get your perspective, but I want to see how you guys are doing first, then we'll get into that. Go ahead.
Everybody's good. Can't complain.
Absolutely.
Thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, my brother. Prototype, how's your family, man? How are you doing?
Man, everything is good. Still living this dream.
All right. All right. Clement, how are you? How's your family, man? How are your kids, man? How are you doing, brother?
I done told you stop calling me by my government name. My name is Scorched Earth. I'm wanted by the law. I keep trying to tell you that, man.
I'm going to call you what I want to call you. So let's start over. Motherfucker. How was your day? How's your
Hey, that's better than my government name. Thank you very much.
How you
Hey,
doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I can't. Hey, I can always complain, but ain't nobody listen.
Absolutely, man. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. All right, thank you for being here. Now, let me go ahead and ask you guys this question. When you think about the cleanup man in totality, not just Russell, we just take Russell out of it, right? We could bring him up every now and then, but I want to focus on the cleanup man in general. Trey, when you think about the cleanup man, give me one word that comes to mind.
Oh, that's tough. One word that comes to mind of the cleanup man. Independent.
Prototype.
He's an independent thinker. Yeah.
All right, prototype.
I would say respectable.
I think he's still wrong.
Okay.
When I see a garbage man pick up my garbage, I'd be like, man, that's a respectable dude right there.
Yeah, he's not there.
All right. Motherfucker. What are you, give me one word that you think of when you think of the cleanup man. Now, for the people who are watching, the people that are watching right now, we're talking when we're referring to the cleanup man, we're referring to a man who has found a woman who was a dumpster behind the theater, and he took all the trash out, washed her down real good, repainted her, and repurposed her.
I'd like to recant my one word, please.
Okay, yeah, prototype. Go ahead.
Stupid.
There you go. Thank you.
Well, that's Trey. Hey, that's Trey. Hey, that's Trey Taylor's line, man. You can't cop his line.
Hold on a minute. Motherfucker. So, what are your thoughts when it comes to a cleanup man? What are your thoughts?
Indifferent.
Indifferent.
Yep.
All right.
You said one word. I had another word, but it was a couple.
Oh, it looks like you're at the midget football game. So we just want to mute a little bit when you're walking. Yeah. It's like you're at the football game for little people. Okay. All right. Now, prototype. Can you elaborate on why you would say the man is stupid?
The man who's taking the hoe and making it a housewife?
Oh my God. You said it. Go ahead.
Because, man, like, why are you going to die for something like that? Why are you going to protect and die for something that's just been used, kicked around, and abused? You know what I'm saying? For you to be laughed at. I mean, it's just not smart. But I don't think Russell's that guy. But
right,
no, that's not smart.
The average Joe. So I'm gonna say this real quick. Anissa, you don't. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. You know I love you, and I'm virtually hugging you right now. But you don't have to put the men on the panel down to prove a point. Everybody knows Russell has millions of dollars. Everybody knows he has more money on this panel than you, the man that you're dating, and all the men on the panel. However, I would like to say this. It does not matter how much money you have because money can't fix food. Money can't fix stupid. Money can't fix mentally unstable. And that's why we have an influx of people who have money. The CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond jumped off a bridge and he had $400 million at his disposal. And so it doesn't matter about the money. You can still make horrible decisions in your life. Very horrible. But anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, thank you, Prototype, for that. Trey Taylor in the building tonight. Trey, what you said respectable.
No, I said independent.
Oh, independent. I'm sorry. Elaborate on that for us.
Yeah, he's an independent thinker. I think it's extremely difficult for any man in today's society to do exactly what he wants the way he wants, or he might get called stupid. He might get called a sucker. He might get called a simp. He's going to get called a lot of different things. So his decision to do exactly what the hell he wants to do, that's independent. That is literally the definition of an independent thing. He's moving according to the beat of his own drum. So when I think of Russell Wilson, yeah, is he going to get flack for the rest of his life about Mary and Sierra? Probably, but that's his independent thought. His independent thought was, this is a good woman. This is a woman that I chose. Their relationship seems solid to me.
Trey,
I don't see any chinks in the
Trey,
armor.
speak
Yeah,
speak
there's
to
some
the average guy though.
there's some questionable. Well, the conversation's about Russell.
No, BM, you
No,
said the average guy.
I said we could talk about Russell every now and then, but I said the average guy as well, the average Joe, a Home Depot worker, the guy that works at Walmart with pushing the shopping carts, the guy that works at the courthouse.
Okay, not a problem. That's majority of our uncles, great granddaddies. How many single moms did they pick up?
The happy wife, happy life guy.
So, I mean,
Is that still independent though? Is that doing beating to your, moving to the beat of your own drum, or is that just taking what you can get?
Yeah,
there's a difference between taking what you can get and being independent of beating to my own drum. Like that's two different things.
If you're beating to your own drum, is anybody else beating to the same drum you beating to?
Evidently, yeah.
No, because you're independent. You're the only one on that drum.
Taking what you can get is different from beating.
Well, that's
setting your own path.
That's your belief that he's taking what he can get. That's
that's
what you think.
No, I'm not talking about Russell.
I'm not talking about Russell either.
Okay, so yeah.
If I choose to go get with a single mom, that's not because that's all I could get. That's not what that is. That was my choice. I chose to be with her. That's not because that's all I can get.
Would you say that's the majority though?
My history in the past shows that I can do better than a single mother.
Is that the majority though? Is that the majority of the men that takes on single mothers?
Did anybody interrupt you when you was talking Prototype?
I just want you to be clear on the question.
I understand that you want to test my logic.
No. I just want you to be clear on the question.
I don't have a problem with it.
Now, Prototype, we're gonna let him finish. So then we'll come back to this and we'll have the conversation. So Trey, go ahead and finish.
At the end of it, and this is just a typical thing. I don't agree with him, so I'm gonna cut him off.
Go ahead, Trey, finish, and then we'll get JT in.
It is an independent thought process to go and be with someone that society says you should leave in the dumpster because she got kids, she got terrible baby mamas. It's an independent thought. That's why I use the word independent. He's doing what he wants to do. If that's the woman he chose, so be it. It is what it is. We all got family members that went and picked up some single mamas. Some of y'all got single mamas right now. It is what it is.
All right. Thank you, Trey. We got motherfucker, right? So everybody went. JT in the building tonight. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, my man?
All right.
What's up? Everybody on the panel, what's popping, man? TJ.
What's happening, JT?
My boy Scorch Earth. Trey. What's
Now,
going on, boy? We got the other Trey in the Trey.
Yeah, man.
I don't know who is who. Prototype, what's going on? Our pain, what it is, man.
I want to ask you. I want to ask you the question, my brother. You know, when you think about
lost and lit, my dude. I'm sorry, man.
No, you good.
my guy.
When you think about the cleanup man, JT, you know, you probably knew a few of those guys, and still probably do. What? Give me one word, just one, that defines what the cleanup man is to you. Just one.
Sucker.
Now expound on sucker. Give me some context on sucker.
So yeah, and we are speaking on just the average dude, not all that other shit, right?
Yeah, average dude, average guy.
Yeah, so it's the dude that can get what he can get, basically. She came to his life, he talked to her, she obliged whatever it was that he came with. And then he found out that she had children. He was like, all right, cool. And he started talking to her. And eventually he probably married her or whatever. But the problem was that he did not take in accountability of what was coming behind that. If baby daddy, the drama that comes with it, shit like that. Then it gets to a point where they've had a relationship for a period of time, and then she would leave him, and then she would also separate him from the kids. Now this man probably done been a motherfucking a stepdaddy, probably done put in a lot of work. He probably done built a great relationship with those kids. And she ruined it and probably blamed it all on him. Sucker.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, lost in translation. As we continue on, I want to just say this, right? I want you guys, before we move into the conversation, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We got 37 people watching. We got 21 likes. Let's get the likes up. Go ahead, hit that like button right now. Go ahead. I'll give you 30 seconds. Hit that like button. All right. I also want to get into the, let's see if I got any new, let's see here. Yeah, I do have one from Mr. Fucker here. He says, some of y'all, I'm gonna read it just like you fucking typed it. Okay. All right. Some of y'all some goofies for your comments concerning what another man sees in a woman some other man didn't cherish. Come on, y'all. Think better. This comment right here. Parental discretion advised. This comment right here is the reason that the word simp became so popular is because of this right here. Now listen. We knew back in the day, another man's trash is one man's trash is another man's treasure. No, because when that man take that stuff off the side of the road, he still got to go home and clean it up. I rest my case there. I hate just dropping a damn mic like this,
Brother BMU.
Mr. Fuck.
Can I expound on that, please?
Hell no.
You said what you said.
BMU.
I said what I said, but
that's not a simp.
But in all seriousness, unless every last one of y'all married a damn virgin, probably every last one of us played the part of a cleanup man in some way or another when it comes to dealing with a woman. Come on, now that's all I'm saying.
Now, are you?
That's all I'm saying.
Let me say this though. I understand what you're saying, and I agree with that completely. I will add this caveat though, if I may. How many men have been one thing, learned from that thing, and was never that thing again? See, my grandfather.
Okay, I got what you said. I agree with you, but I was commenting on the thing about what people were saying about Russell Wilson. That's what I'm talking about.
I want to stay on the average guy, the guy.
When I made the comment, it was about Russell Wilson and his situation, because I'm not talking about the rest of it, because at the end of the day, we all fall, in some way or another, we all probably done fell into that lineup of cleaning up some other man's mess that he done created.
And I agree.
I agree. You know, that's.
But what I'm saying to you is, when you know better, you do better.
You do better. Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Mr. Bennett will always be the example for that. Mr. Bennett dated before, shit didn't work out. Mr. Bennett said, you know what? That ain't gonna happen to me again. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna write down everything I want. I'm gonna put it on paper. And if she can't follow or get me at least 90% what's on this paper, we ain't got nothing to talk about. See? Mr.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
He was at one place in his life. He decided I'm not gonna go to that place again. And he made a change. Some of us brothers, I know if I got an uncle like that. Oh Lord, he'll talk to a woman, she'll have 17 fucking kids. He'll talk to her, love on her, and then next thing you know, he say he want to marry the woman, want to be with the woman. And I'm just like, oh, come on. All right. And then a month later, we didn't work out. A month later, he meet another one with 7. It's like he drawn to the same behavior, and it never works for him. And he want to give all the relationship advice. Nobody's listening, sir. So I'll just say that. But anyway, anybody want to say anything to anybody on the panel about the comments that were made about the average guy?
I want to say something to you about what you just said.
Go ahead.
How do we know that Russell Wilson didn't do the same thing? He had a white girl before Sierra. She was ugly too.
Yep.
How do we know that he didn't do the same thing Mr. Bennett did? Sit down, write a list, and say, this is the type of woman I want. And that might have just been Sierra. Now, I don't know if, marrying a baby mama was on the list. I don't know. That's not for me to determine. But how do we know that wasn't what he did too?
Right.
Here's what I know about Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
His wife fine as hell. His wife is richer than us, and they're married. Seems like they
got multiple children after the one.
Seems like he's
Scorch, you hollering, dog. We can hear you.
Yeah, we
Seems
can
like
hear
he's
you
doing
now.
all
Oh, I'm
right.
sorry.
Tucking
Yeah, he's
your
on Mount
inside
Sinai.
voice,
He's on Mount
my
Sinai.
guy.
Fellas, y'all know
Russell Wilson is not a simp. We have completely changed the definition of simp.
I do the same.
We've turned simp into any man that we think is weak and beta. That's not what a simp is. It's not what it was when it was initially created. And I don't know how Russell Wilson gets all this hate for the woman he chose. It was his decision.
Trey, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's not so much as Russell being a simp. It's the fact that Russell gives women hope to do bad shit, and there's always gonna be somebody that'll clean it up. I think that's probably the
But
reason
is
why
that really on him, or is that more so on?
That's
Yeah,
not
is
on
that
him.
on him or?
Listen, I'm
Yeah.
just telling y'all. That's not on him. That's not on him.
It's not on him.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
not on him.
I think it's one word that we all didn't use. I didn't hear, and it can apply to both Russell and the average guy. A guy that takes on that role, I would consider him a savior.
Who you say?
Because when I say that, because it's been guys who's been on these panels. I mean, guys that have grown up where they met a man, their mother met a man, and he came into their life and made them a better man as a savior. So
I'm not. Yeah, but we're not. I don't think anybody is saying that just being a stepfather is being a sucker. I think
a lot of
that
people are saying.
Kind of saying that.
Well, somebody on the panel said
No,
stupid. Somebody on
this
the
is
panel
the
said,
thing.
hold on, let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all cook. Somebody on the panel said stupid. Now, let me tell you what I relate to because I didn't go. I'm gonna tell you, I think that is today, after this parental tell me what it is, Lost, I forgot.
Parenting by estoppel.
Parenting by estoppel. When that shit starts to hit every state, if you're Mr. Cleanup Man, then you're gonna be Mr. Bank too. Because you don't have to be that child's father now for the state to put your ass on child support. So if she break up with your ass after 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, you fucked.
It's not going to hit every state. It's definitely not going to go to Florida.
Shit. Okay.
No, it's
You're right.
not.
You're right.
As long as the census is there, it's not going to get there.
Is this a
Even if
Democratic thing?
Even if that's the,
You may it may be. You think you
I can't see no conservative Republicans getting down with this.
But Trey, let me elaborate a little bit. When we talk about the states like where we are right now in Texas, who benefit, their retirement is based on it, and a woman can put Trey on child support because he's the real father, and put me on support because I played father. That means the state is double dipping, and they can get more money for their retirement, more money to put in their back pocket, and they can sew their back pocket. Information Man was here, said a woman getting $600 for the child support is probably getting a payment of $220. So imagine every woman that's
projecting that's just not happening in Texas right now. You're projecting. It's not a reality in Texas in terms of two people paying for one kid.
I'm gonna say this, and you sound like the same man that says cars won't be driving themselves in 1960.
No, I would have been projecting in 1960. But I didn't say that. So I was
cars
would have flying by now.
Yeah, when you old niggas was watching me fly on Back to the Future, and they had hoverboards and shit, this would never. Now motherfuckers everywhere. So my thing is, yes, you say that now, but the conversation is this, and most men do have. It happened to a man in Detroit. California is booming right now. California loves
blue states. In the blue states.
Right, and it's coming. We're a blue state too.
Black Man, just for clarification, is this marriage?
Detroit is not a blue state, homie.
Go ahead.
Is this marriage or just relationship?
I mean, Michigan is not a blue state.
Relationship period. If you
just a relationship.
We did a whole show. If you dating a woman, Trey, and she has a child, and you buy anything for the child or invest any money into the child to benefit that child, she could take you to court, and you become part of the responsibility to take care of that child financially.
You can even babysit.
It's like they hybrid alimony and child support together. So yeah, they kind of it's crazy as fuck. But this is the thing. Remember what we talked about before. It presented itself, so men have to fight against it. That's something easy we can fight against in each state. That's way easier than a regular child support that you can fight against. So at the end of the day, it presents itself. and basically is saying, "What y'all gonna do, man? Fuck you gonna do about it?"
Well, what are you gonna do with the cleanup man though? This is the whole point of the show, right?
Yeah.
If you decide to be a cleanup man, you're gonna your check that you get, it's gonna have a picture of her on the check stub, because you're going to be investing in that child because you took that child to the movies. There was one guy when we was watching the video when the lawyer was talking about it. The lawyer said that there was a guy who had a kid with him who was with the lady. He was just playing daddy, and he took the kid to the movies, or they fixed on a truck or something. He bought the kid some shit, just Christmas gifts, all that shit. And guess what? When they broke up, she took him to court, and now he paying because he invested in that child.
So this is the thing.
Are you serious?
I'm gonna send you the video, bro. The lawyer broke that shit down
what he's
from
saying
top
is
to bottom,
true,
bro.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It still goes to legislation, right?
Oh yeah.
At the end
But
of the day,
but hold on. But if the senators and the congressmen can benefit off of it, why would they be against it?
they ain't got to fuck down. We talking about we have to fight against it. We have to be able to put some money up and lobby against it. Is that,
Man,
is
they
that,
finna get ready
is
to
that too-
take care of TikTok, brother.
But let me ask the
because it's going
question.
against their best interest.
But
We
let
talking
me
about
ask the
breeds and
question:
poems.
Is that too far fetched? Can that not be done? I'm just trying to understand.
Look, you talk about state legislatures with a bunch of people having interest, and it comes down to a vote. So
Yeah.
again, if all those men who voted for it, the majority who passed it, you would have to replace all of them. It's not just about putting one
Thank
person in
you.
office.
Okay,
So you would
that's
have
what-
so you have to totally eradicate those guys in order to get them, and put in people who have no interest in it.
Yes, that's but I'm saying I understand what you just said. Is it too far fetched
No,
to say that can
no, it's not
happen?
too far fetched. No,
Right.
the
That's
law
my
changes
thing.
all the time. I mean, based on this scorched earth shit that we're talking, we're saying the laws will never change. They change all the time.
All the fucking time.
Yeah, as long as you have as long as you have a majority.
Yeah,
if you have
of
100 state legislatures and it passes 60-40, you would have to get 20. You have to split 21 seats in order to get a majority to pass it. So
But
again,
it
I'm not
takes,
saying
it
it's
takes work.
impossible, but it's just math.
Laws change all the time, even on that basis. They do. They just do.
Yes, because flipping 21 seats is super easy to do.
No, it's not easy. That's why I'm saying, is it possible? Is it probable?
Yeah,
Can we
shit
actually do it?
happens.
Because let me tell you what we haven't been doing.
Happens all the
Let me
time.
tell you what we haven't been doing. We haven't been fighting for that shit. I'm talking about the majority of us. We haven't been picking people with logic. We just been voting. Just vote. That's all.
Let me
people
tell you
been
something. Let me tell
telling
you something. Brother Clarence said one time. Brother Clarence talk a lot of shit that don't mean, that sometimes it just. But he said something one time. He said you can go and vote for a politician who has everything in his mind that you believe in, and you vote. He said, but if somebody comes along with a fatter wallet, you have lost that politician.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
You
if-
know what
so
else-
say, for
but you
instance,
know
I'm
what else
Senator-
that brother
I'm Senator
Clarence
Black-
said?
But I'm Senator Black Man, and I say,
Mm-hmm.
JT, them whores are not going to get parenting by estoppel. We're gonna shut it down. We're gonna stop it. And then this white guy comes into my office one night around 11:30 while I'm getting my briefcase and headed out. He says,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, listen, Black Man, I want to talk to you for a second. Hey, listen, this movement is going to make millions.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go ahead and put some money in your pocket and put you on the payroll and keep
Mm-hmm.
you and get you on that millionaire status so you can move you and your family to one of those nice houses in Beverly Hills. All we need you to do is shut the fuck up."
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hey, but you know what you should have said, Black Man?
Get out of here! Just get out of here! And F you! Just get out of here!
You know what I hear? You know what I hear? I hear that you guys are essentially saying that men are so unintelligent that they're gonna fall for this. That's what I'm hearing. That this can't happen. That even if it goes into law, men are so stupid that they're gonna fall for this, and they're gonna wind up having to pay for kids that are not theirs. That we're not intelligent enough to realize the deck that's been stacked against us, and to just excommunicate single moms altogether. Because if this becomes law, that's essentially what would have to happen.
Yeah.
Is that nobody would date a single mother ever again. So are we not smart enough to realize that deck is stacked against us?
Yep, I agree.
Let me say something.
Go ahead,
before we
Law.
move on.
Tell me your business.
I want y'all to pay attention to something. Okay, we question whether or not these people can get along in Congress. They passed with a super majority to ban TikTok in less than 3 days. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? They can do what they want to do. And to me, that lets me know they do what they want to do for a reason. If you give somebody enough money, they'll do what they want to do. So all this voting people in the office and all this other stuff, all they got to do is have a vested interest in the game. Y'all
But
pay
you know
attention
what-
to see what y'all politicians
but
are
you
doing.
know what's
All this,
crazy?
hold on a second, JT, let me finish. All I'm saying is this: we can make all the excuses that we want. Those people move when they want to move. Pay
So-
attention.
So this is the thing. The problem is not that we can't do it. The problem is that we refuse to move. We make a lot of goddamn money in the United States. A lot of fucking money. We just don't put them in the right spots. We done had 3 shows on here. One of them was about politics, wasn't it? One of us was about that shit. So your vote, first and foremost, it does not count if it doesn't cost.
What's going on here?
Period. So it's about monopoly, right? It's the monopoly of votes. We know this. We've been talking this shit for the longest. We got everybody that'll sit back and they will sit back and mine this shit out, and they'll tell you that this is what it is. Those folks got money. Those folks is weird. We got the money, but we won't do it because we don't find an interest in politics.
JT, that's not what I'm talking about right here and right now. What I'm talking about, these people move when they get ready to move, whether it's in between cycles or voting cycles or whatever. If you could pass something within 3 days to say, hey, we're going to ban a particular app, that's everything else they do is an excuse. Just like when that bridge crashed over there and over the Francis Scott Key Bridge, the next day, Joe Biden, we're going to rebuild the bridge. Well, how come he ain't rebuilding these schools? How come he rebuilding these hospitals? How come these folks still homeless? How come he ain't moving with the speed of lightning like that when they did this doggone TikTok bill to get this country straight? We're going to sit up here and send all this money to Ukraine and all these other people, and we got folks right here in this home that don't move, but they shuffle their feet, but they quick to take our money. You see what I'm saying? We have to pay attention to stuff like that all the time. So I question,
let me tag on to that, JT. I want you to address me and Lost at the
integrity.
same time. I remember when I was living in Louisiana when Hurricane Katrina hit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember around that same time that tsunami hit across seas somewhere and killed all those people?
Mm-hmm.
The United States was there in 24 hours. It took them 5 days to bring bottled water on their own soil. 5. It took 24. I can pull the shit up right now and show it to you. I still get pissed off thinking about it today. When the tsunami hit, we were there on the ground after that tsunami hit in 24 hours. It took 5 days to get those people water in New Orleans.
I understand that.
We always do more for the motherfuckers that ain't here than we do for when we go over and blow up a whole country. And then we'll go to same Senate and Congress and vote on $300 million to rebuild it. Give them $300 million and rebuild this shit that we just blew up.
Right. So let's get back to family, right? Family court.
Go ahead. Yeah.
That shit ain't up under the jurisdiction of executive orders and shit like that. That shit is state and local. At the end of the day, that's what it is. When you're talking about motherfucker, this family court, whole different ball game.
Right.
There's nothing you can tell me that men, if we actually did what we ain't never did before, but that's to band together against that type of shit. State, local, district, borough, whatever the fuck. We ain't never did it. We ain't never did that shit. And then it does go to the point where if we want more of an immediate action, we do have to get to the point where we say, I ain't fucking with no goddamn single mothers then. We can do that. We refuse to do it. All that other shit, I get it. But when we talking about family court, something totally different. Guaranteed. We ain't never touched it. Ever touched it. Motherfuckers them went through some shit in family court. Let me tell you what they compadres, the men would tell them. The best of the man to tell them is, yeah, man, that's fucked up, man. That's some fucked up shit of what they did to you. Guess what the lawyers will sit back and tell you? It's going to cost you a minimum of $10,000. I suggest that you go in there and buy your goddamn self, because I'm just going to take your money. And whatever that judge going to do is what that judge going to do, right? They're giving you a defeatist attitude when it comes down to that. When you talking about something as frivolous as a motherfucker got to take care of a woman and a kid that's not his, we can beat that. I guarantee we can. We just refuse to band together on that shit, man. We ain't never did it, so we don't know if it's going to work or not.
Now, JT, the lawyer, when he was announced, when we watched that video when the lawyer was really getting into it, he said it. He said, you can fight it. You're absolutely correct, JT. I agree with you 1,000%. But then he added the caveat. He said, for me to go in that courtroom with you, it's going to cost you about $5,000.
Yeah.
He said, if they do a continuance or you got to come back, he said the number's astronomical. It gets up in the tens and 12,000. What average Joe can pay $10,000, $12,000 to go to court every time you're going up in there? A $1,500 here, $3,000 here, $8,000 there. You can't. When it starts to be that money start to build up, and you working at Home Depot, some men gonna say, "Fuck it, man. I'll just pay the $300 of child support. I'll pay the $600 child support. Fuck it. I can't fight no more. I ain't got no money."
While at the same time,
Really
abroad
don't
can
need that
sit
to win
back
that,
and
though.
abroad can sit back and be, she can sit back and be absolutely, what they call it. She can be homeless, right? She fucked up her life, and what can she get? That motherfucking what they call it, man? That shit where everybody donate to you.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. The money that we have as men, again, we've never done it. We've never took up a collection through men throughout the United States to get a fund where we can actually have money, where we can have lawyers that actually will come up with their own fucking hookup, where we can fight this shit. We never done it.
You know why?
That's my only problem, is that shit has never been done. And a lot of times it comes from men having fear. You got niggas that got dumbass motherfucking. Trust me when I tell you, Loss, I done seen this shit in court. It be niggas that scared to go to fucking court because they got a goddamn bench warrant for some stupid ass tickets that they didn't even pay. So they just gonna avoid fucking. Now you got a default against your ass. Or a nigga that's scared to just go because his ass don't want to go to jail for whatever it is. Niggas are scared to go to court. Let's be 100 with it.
Well, what's the history of
understand that
niggas
whole
going to
hookup.
court, though? What's the history of them niggas? I've been there for a ticket one time.
But I'm
and
saying,
the motherfucker say, you here for child support? Yes, but it also shows here that you have a warrant, bailiff. You know
hey,
what I'm
look,
saying?
it's a bitch warrant. It's fucking jail. You ain't going to prison. Guess
But
what
they're
you
not
can do? You can repent and do whatever you need to do. Now you ain't got that over your head no more. But if you keep avoiding it, I done seen it's niggas right now, though, that I know that has a bench warrant for some shit that happened 20 years ago. That's crazy than a motherfucker to be sitting there. You could have been got that shit situated, man. Niggas be scared to go to fucking court. Niggas be scared to say something. We can do it. We never did it before. We have never been together. There's not. Give me a GoFundMe where you got motherfuckers banding together and they have a cause. We ain't got no fucking cause. We keep looking for other motherfuckers to save us. If it's that fucking bad for us, we need to be saving each other then. If we that goddamn straight with it. We ain't gonna do it. That bullshit ass law right there, I'm telling you. We can get rid of that and a couple other motherfucking laws. There's congressmen that'll fight that shit. There are lawyers that'll be ready to do that shit. We ain't moving. We the ones that's not moving.
JT, as BMU stated, the law that's sort of taking place down in Texas, I also see that Ms. Loxton Smile also stated that that same law is in Delaware. So states do communicate, state representatives do communicate to create these type of little nuances as far as the regular people. I think it's a loophole for men to actually get ahead of it. But now you have to move a little bit more diligently, and you have to basically vet even better You know, because we talk about what benefit is it to date a single mama. Now you should know we ain't got to tell you. The law will tell your ass not to date a single mama. If you a man and you choose to do that, and you 90 days, 6 months in, and y'all break up, then she run down there, then you stuck off a 90-day thrill. You 18 years in,
What I'm saying is,
Trey,
what I'm
Trey
saying is,
Park.
Trey, we have never, as a whole, ever fought it. We never got to the point where we can get these motherfuckers. I'm telling you, we've never done it before.
But this is that's why I said it's a great opportunity, because now we can go to our pain's point, because our pain say we need to fucking pull back our resources, our money. Everybody in their states, and you two can bring it. We can, I don't know, how many people can you? We can have 40,000 people on a stream or Zoom or whatever. And now we can start figuring out how to put these things together, because we have a voice. And now this election and the next election go determine how great our voice is.
That's right.
Because we as
regular people won't be able to do it ourselves. That's why I said there are lawyers.
But as we pool our money, we can get the ones that we know represent our message to get the things we need.
It's gonna be people in law. It's gonna be people in politics. That's my whole point. That shit is like, and I agree with what BMU and Loss is saying. This shit is not. It's not checkers. It's definitely chess. No doubt about it. You get your ass handed to you when you go to them courts, especially if you can't speak that language. And most of us can't. We are considered, when we go into court, as infants. That's what they call us. We can't speak for ourselves. So it behooves us to have legal representation. And if we can't get one, there would be one, what they say, y'all, appointed to you, except for in family court. Keep telling you. Something different.
Here's my thing. The whole GoFundMe for men, that shit ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna tell you right now. You didn't invite me to the damn party. I'm not cleaning up shit. Whether you or your chick who don't know no better. Most men are not finna do that. You know why? Because men hold other men accountable for the dumb shit that they do. Women are the only ones who sit up there and hold each other's hair back while they throw up and vomit in the toilet and tell her you're beautiful and it's okay, girl. That's not what we do. We tell each other, don't do that dumb shit. And that's it. And if you do it, you own your own partner. That's the reason why it won't work. Because we're not built like that. We're not built like women. And people respect that. And that's the reason why.
I agree with you, Lit. You know what, JT?
Before you go, Arpain, hold this up, because we got
everybody else jumping in.
No. Hink just came up on the channel. God damn, TD Jakes. Hink just came up. Can I speak to Hink?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been swallowed? God damn. Pause. Hink.
You gonna make him cut that beard off now.
You got people in the back waiting. You know what I'm saying?
Giving me no clout. I might as well cut the fucking thing off, man. I get no clout.
I think he gonna come back in a second. So Arpain, get your thought out before he get back.
God damn. Hey, listen, JT, you know what? This whole fucking legislation by Gestapo, you know what would stop it? If there were women saying, you can't do that, then we can't take advantage of these motherfuckers no more. Because if they stop talking to us, so you get the women saying, yo, I mean, you might be thinking you're doing us a favor, but we might not even get no dick if you do this shit. You know, so they should let the women get mad at this. There'll be some women who are smart enough to understand that the backlash is going to come on them if they pass a law like this.
Yeah. Now let me say this real quick. We're gonna get these super chats in here because we got some people that gave. So let me pull them up real quick. Let's see what we got. Hold on just a second.
So Hank.
All right, Hank, I'm gonna get you as soon as we get back in, brother. Give me just a second. All right, so we got let's see, we got two, I think. Yeah, Alexander X says the man you look at as your example as a man, would he take on a single mom with 2 kids? We need answers from some on the panel respectfully. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Alexander. We'll get into that in a second. Corey Joe, $2 super chat. Is it even worth it? Bros up.
Passport bros up.
Passport brothers. Uh-oh. You know, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a damn whole nother show. And so let's get Hink in here. But before we do get Hink in here, Hink, how are you tonight, my brother? I want to get before we get you in here. I'm gonna play y'all some in a minute, but I'm gonna just let Hank go first. How you feeling tonight, brother?
Oh, I'm good. But I think TJ wanted to go for me, so he can go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me play this for the super chats real quick, and then we'll get TJ, and then we'll go. I just want to see how you was doing first before I went to TJ. All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I could flip a dime to a million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. It's a new day, days been new. Been a decade since I made it out of rental. We some owners, baby, we don't got no rent due. My trick, but my wifey like the trick too. Merry Christmas, hey Saint Nick. What we want get, we on wait list. How we got here doesn't.
All right. I want to see who else on that who can get on and make that do that dance move. All right.
Is there somebody on the FBI most wanted terrorist list on that in that video?
Man, I don't know. All right. So we'll let Grooman sit in until Lawson gets back, and then we'll go back from there. Grooman, how you doing tonight, my brother? Good to see you, man.
Long day, just another day.
What's going on, man?
All right.
Okay,
So
buddy.
TJ, go ahead, then we'll get Hank. Go ahead, TJ.
Okay. I just didn't want to let this pass while we're talking about that law a little bit. And it's related to the topic. The law is not specifically about men dating, just single men dating single mothers and them getting on child support. This law is aimed at all men and making all men the cleanup men. So basically, if you are a mentor, a football coach, a teacher, a pastor, a deacon at the church, and that woman, you invest any time into her child, she can then go and request that you continue that monetarily. So this isn't just an issue for the guys out here on the chase for a woman. This affects all men. So I don't want to let that slide, because I know we keep going back over like the single guys with the baby mamas. This is going to affect all men, whether you're married, whether you're trying to date her. If you are involved with that child, you can get got under this law.
Hey, now, man, bro, Hink is in the building tonight. Hink, thank you for being here, my brother. Give us your insight on. I'm gonna ask you like I asked everybody else. Give me one word when it comes up to the cleanup guy, the guy that goes out and befriends, loves, cares for, takes care of the kids by other men, all this different stuff. What is the one word that comes to your mind, Hink, when you hear cleanup man?
Well, I mean, I'm from a different era when y'all say cleanup man, because the cleanup man in our time he would just come over and fuck the woman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he did. I mean, but y'all definition is, I guess, a little different than what I'm used to. But he would just come over and go to the back door, fuck on the woman, and get the hell on up out. Shit, I used to be that cleanup.
We used to call that the maintenance man.
Is that what y'all call him now? Okay, so be it. I wasn't fixing shit, but I used to clean up. Shit, it is what it is. I mean, but I don't know, man. I guess we back at it on the stepfathers again. Is that what we on? I know this.
Yeah, the cleanup man
No,
basically. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm trying to get clarity. That's all.
Oh yeah. So basically, the guy, especially with this new law, that's like Arpain said, it ain't hit yet, but it'll hit like COVID, and when it does, it's gonna spread very quickly. But the parenting by estoppel, where you have to take care of if you dating Hink and you break up with this woman, or you do anything or care for a child, not even be in a relationship with that woman, she could take you to court and get support for that child. So why would men want to put themselves to be a stepdaddy when they know they're gonna get hit across the head with a crowbar? Go ahead.
So I thought that affects the people who live with the women and live with the kid.
Hell no.
No, it's gonna affect you, Hank.
Anybody got a link
for what?
The actual proposed law?
Yeah, I can see you the link and the lawyer proposed. I mean, the lawyer talking about it. The lawyer is talking about it. Yeah, I can see.
I feel like we're missing something here.
Well, I mean, I guess affected me. I mean, I'm going to marry a woman who has kids, so I know it's going to affect me. I mean, I don't have no issue with it, none at all.
But
because
you're not that guy though. You're not that guy. You're not him. You know what I'm saying? You're not that guy that's good. You run your household, right? You the man of your house. You ain't gonna allow that shit to happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, so when y'all saying this, I mean, is the kids running them over the dude over something?
No. Like, so let me help you. Hank, you're dating. Let me help you. You're dating Sheikah Shea. You and Sheikah Shea are having a really good time. Sheikah Shea has little Pistol Starter and little Clement. Pistol Starter and Clement, you take them out to the movies, you chill with them, you take them to the football game, take them to an NFL game, you buy them lunch, you buy them dinner. After about 4 or 5 months, you and Sheikah Shea decide we don't want this relationship anymore. Once you leave and you've been supporting those children for 4 months in that relationship, you are now financially responsible for continuing that lifestyle that you gave them in that 4 months after you're gone.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds bad. Shit, that sounds real bad. Let me say this. If you're a man who's going to have a relationship with a woman with kids, if I was a man, I wouldn't date a woman with young kids.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they have to at least be high school age on the way out to college. So, you know, when I'm dating, say a couple years during that time, I'm vetting for 2 years. And by that second year, you know, hopefully some of the kids be graduated or moved on to college and damn near on to do their own thing, be young adults. That's what I would do because, you know, when you're dealing with little kids, man, if something happens, you get attached. It's going to be hard. Now, them teenage kids, yeah, you know, you'd be like, okay, I can get over your ass real fast because more like you're a smart ass little motherfuckers. Y'all really get on my nerves, but your mom had good putty, so I stayed around a little longer, you know, all that good stuff. But as far as that law, man, it's dangerous. I'm like Trey. I like to actually get to look at it and see more details on it, man. It sounds bad, man. I hope that's not the case. But I think, like JT was saying, we, in order to get some of these child and family court laws changed, we're going to need to get a lot of people on the side. And some of them people, some of these women, in order to get that vote across and go to get that vote through. Even if every man on the planet goes, it still wouldn't be enough. Because guess what? Not every man is going to be for it because they feel like it's not going to affect them. Why? Maybe they out of the child support system. They probably ain't been in it in about 10 years. So I'm like, well, it don't affect me anymore. So why should I go out there and put my neck on the line? I care or anything like they don't. A guy who doesn't have kids, it's not going to affect him. At least for right now. Now, 5 years down the road, he must not have kids. He wish he had a push for that law. I think some of these women who have sons, they should be on our sides for sure on the front line because their sons could fall into that same trap. Now, I know they may have benefited when they had the daddy on child support, but now that your son could possibly be in that situation, you might want to come over to the other side. I'm just saying I'm going to land it there.
I think the thing that's more insidious about the law is like the Big Brother programs and all those kind of things would be impacted because men won't volunteer.
Nope.
Because that's the people who would be there would be with all the kids. You know, that's what the law is kind of hitting on. You know, not just whether you fooling around with the woman or not. You know, so that's the bad part of it. You know, so.
But you don't think that the problem is in
the government is trying to propose a law that would eradicate Big Brothers, football coaches, basketball coaches, mentors. Come on.
Let me address Trey real quick. So Trey, even if that's the case, and I'm a coach, and it bothers me, but what they're saying is the courts are saying for years we've been getting child support from the real father. We have to, and this is, I'm telling you, got to watch this lawyer talk about it. He break this shit down. He said now they're trying to say there are more stepfathers than real fathers around these women. If the real fathers are being held accountable for not putting anything into the child financially, why should we let the men who come into their lives and provide that financial stability, why would we allow them to just walk away from these kids and leave them broken with nothing? They ass need to pay too. So if you're dating this woman and she got kids and you buying school clothes and Christmas gifts, and then all of a sudden when you leave, that child won't have nothing, that child's life, that child's standard of life will drop, you're going to be held accountable for keeping that lifestyle up.
But stepfather isn't you dating a woman.
Well, I mean, I said stepfather, yeah, to put a title on it. But I'm saying a man dating a woman that's with kids. And I think that's why now we look back on that video that happened 2 years ago when the guy said, I brought my kid McDonald's. I'm not bringing your kids no McDonald's. That shit really finna be like that, bro. I'm not investing no money into your kids.
But I think, let me tell you what I think it is going to be. It's going to kind of be more of the antidote is from the poison, right? I think it's going to be where if they did something that blatant.
What'd you say?
The antidote is in the poison.
I know that's
right.
We
will figure that shit out.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I mean. Again, especially when you have these communities. You're a football coach. You understand. You're a mentor. All these different things. This is where it's going to be where we got to do something about this because now we understand that it's blatantly in our face and it's going to take for us to take action. When a motherfucker do that in your community, it's up to you to go out there and fight that shit. And you got to go down dying with the shit with that shit.
But hey, Black Man, can I ask a question real quick, Black Man? Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been mentoring kids every Monday for the last 2 years on the stock market. Are you telling me that with this proposed law, I could be on the hook?
Yes.
That's what I was giving. I was going to give JT. Say for instance, I'm a coach, right? A football coach. When I'm up there coaching my boys and their mamas don't show up, right after the games, their mama don't show up to pick them up at the practice. On the weekends, their mama don't want them at the house. They dating. They out fucking somebody, right? Some of those kids, my wife is my witness. Some of those kids will be right in this man cave with me, or they'll be have pallets all over the damn floor, sleep watching movies. I'm feeding them. Taking them to Little Caesars, getting these fucking $5 pizzas, letting them eat their own pizzas and shit, right? And I'm taking care of them. What if she says, Black Man can't pick my son up every Saturday, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? He had him every day at practice. He taught him how to be a man. He's teaching him how to play the game of football. He's feeding him. He's giving them clothes, because I do that too. Some of them mothers, goddamn it, they don't got no clothes. Giving them clothes, taking them to the thrift store, buying them clothes, and he feeding them on the weekends. Your Honor, I'm not able to do what Black Man did. He needs to help me.
So Black Man, watch this. Watch this, Black Man. Again, the antidote is in the poison. Guess what you're gonna have once you start fighting? Once Trey start fighting, me, TJ, Mr. Bennett, the women. You think your wife is just gonna sit there and let you just go through that shit by your? She's gonna be fucking spearheading this shit. We're going to have to get some pies together. We're going to have to get some shit together. We're about to have a community meeting. We're about to get this shit. They're going to be fighting with us. We already said it. The women are going to be fighting with us. You got to remember, there are women that are married. There are women that do have sons. There are women that they're going to be on men's side. So once we start fighting against it, we're going to have our people fighting. First and foremost, we already understand.
JT, why would I fight? Screw them.
Why would who fight?
Why would I fight for it? You want me to fight to mentor them?
This is the reason why. Because you're not, again, the women are going to be, my point is that the women are going to be on our side, because you're going to have women that saying, we don't have men help anymore. Because guess what men are going to do? We're going to fall back from that shit. Now you ain't gonna have a motherfucking thing in your community. It's already bad enough you ain't got boys and girls clubs in most of these communities. You ain't got the YMCA like it used to be. YMCA is some other shit right now.
Oh yeah, it's on some other shit. Yeah.
So when you don't have these community things, one of the things that I do understand that women will acquiesce where the power is. And the power will be men fighting back. At the end of the day, we will fight back. Now, if we don't, we just too fucking pussyfied. Now I can understand
JT,
that too.
I don't have any incentive to fight back. What am I fighting back for?
If you don't care anything about the mentorship, Trey, I understand it. But men as a whole, it's not
about whether or not I care. I didn't do this.
No, what I'm saying
I
is
didn't
that
come up with this law.
It's not going to be okay. Let me explain. Let me.
Of women who take kids from their father and then tell the father you didn't fight for your kid.
No, what I'm saying though, Trey, is this: it's a cause and effect. When they do some shit like that, when they do that, it's going to be an effect, a domino effect throughout the United States. It's going to take a while for that shit to happen, but it's going to get to the point where people are going to start saying, "Listen, now we don't even." I remember when we used to have Pop Warner, we used to have a Pal League. I remember when we used to have. People are going to be talking about that. Now it's nothing. We don't have a motherfucking thing. So then you're going to have women and men speaking on this shit, just like they're doing now. You got cities where they got motherfuckers that's actually for the community. The problem is it's not enough of us in the community to fight. That's what I was saying about the thing about men rights. It's not enough of us that's fighting against that. Because it is for the simple fact that I think Hink just said it. You got men that sit back and say, shit, I ain't with that, I ain't got no child support with me no more. What the fuck I'm fighting for, right? My whole thing is this. It's not always about us. It's about the greater of good, community, and all these different things. A lot of people think that way. They think that it's the greater. Now, this is the thing. We're just burning fucking hell. Because guess what's happening right now? It ain't about greater or good anyway. It's about cover your own ass right now. Am I lying about that? So we see the end results of cover your own ass. That shit don't work. It's fucking us up right now. Individuality is what's fucking us up right now. So maybe it does have to be some shit like the whole Estoppel bullshit happening, so we can start correcting this shit.
You're blaming the victim, JT. You are blaming.
Okay, well, if that's what it looks like, I'm blaming the fucking victim. You can't be a victim all your life.
Here's a stupid question.
I don't understand how you blame the people who have nothing to do with the law changing. You cannot blame the coaches. You cannot blame.
Can anybody tell me what the largest body of government is? Can anybody tell me what the largest body of government?
Say, oh well, no, you can't do that.
What's the largest body of government?
What is that?
Anybody? Somebody can say what the largest body of government is. The motherfucking people. The motherfucking people. We the goddamn, but we don't have the mindset anymore. It's individuality.
JT, let me tell you what's gonna happen.
It's fucking fear.
Do you know when the women had their women's march and they had 400,000 fucking women out there marching up down the street? Do you know that corporate companies, including the one I work for, set aside diversity hours for those women to do that? They gave them time, paid time off to do that. Not fucking with they PTO, that they regular PTO. They gave them something called diversified time to fight for women's rights. How many men are going to get that from their employers?
Fuck your employers then. Fight for your motherfucking rights.
People got bills, JT.
They do. Now listen. I'm agreeing. Listen. Hold on. I'm just putting
your job.
Hold on. Let me just put the problem. I'm gonna put the problem out there. The thing is this: we're not fighting for a motherfucking thing because we're too fucking comfortable. Am I lying about that?
No, I'm just gonna keep my junk in my pants. I ain't worrying about this no more. Y'all have
it.
Lost. Congratulations.
What you say, Lost?
I'm just gonna keep my junk in my pants. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to worry about none of that.
That's Lost in translation.
But then it's and, right? But it's and, not or.
Lost in translation. You can keep it in your pants, and if you spend time, you can still get got.
I'm not even dealing with nobody with kids. Y'all have at it. I'm not dealing with nobody with no kids. Shut down the chocolate factory. Baby, I'm disappearing. I'm out. I'm gone. Y'all can have it. I'm not
this is my whole thing. This is my whole thing.
Don't benefit me. I'm sorry.
Lost. Let me get you some lotion from the back.
So this is my whole thing.
I don't need none of
so
this,
individuality is basically what we're talking about now. It's less about community. It's more about individuality.
What
right,
community,
wrong, and different.
JT? What community?
Am I lying though?
What community?
What community?
Okay. Y'all just
JT,
you
let me
just
ask you a
said
question.
it. You just answered the fucking question right there. If there's this is the thing. If there's no community, hold on. If there's no community, that means that we are about individuality. How is it working for us right now as a whole?
It's working for me just fine. It's individuality.
As a whole.
It's individuality. It's working for me just fine.
I'm saying as a whole.
I'm not responsible for kids that I didn't father.
Right.
Plain and simple.
So let me ask you, TJ,
so if the law,
how is individuality working for us?
If the law changes, and you want to tell men like me who mentor. You want to tell men like Black Man who coach that they will be on the hook. Guess what men like me are going to do? Are going to say, I'm sorry, but your fight is not with me.
Okay,
Your
so
fight
how is
with the government.
individuality working for us right now, Mr. Bennett?
It's working for me, fine. I'm not responsible for them.
Okay,
Listen,
that's
listen, I can-
individuality.
listen, I can certainly I can understand that. Again, movements is what has moved the needle for all of us, whether it's been the civil rights movement, the women's rights movements, or whatnot. There's never been a man's movement. And so what you're asking for is something that for these other groups and organizations took decades and certain circumstances to build. It may have to get to a fever pitch where, again, the sitting on the nails got to hurt enough for you to move off of it. And men, I think, have enjoyed, for the most part, the advantage over the years. Now they're starting to see, if they're starting to see or believe that some of their freedoms are taken away, it may have to hurt before that kind of mobilization takes place. But you look for African Americans, you look for women's suffrage, all those other movements. There was pain that forged and sometimes forced because we had no other way but to go forward. For the majority of men, there still thinks that's not an option. So I think until the nail starts hurting enough, you're not going to get the sort of mobility that you're opining for. And even if you did, again, this has been tried in the past. There have been men's movements before we heard these terms, MGTOW and all that. There've always been movements, and every single one of them imploded, more so over some selfish reasons. To your point, no one can get on have a cogent message. No one's gonna move in because I don't know if men are necessary. To be honest, I don't know if most men are built that way. Because like what Lost was saying earlier about how men move, to just say we're just gonna band together and fight this. Maybe the way we move is like he said, that we hold men accountable. It's like if you screw up, you deal with your own stuff, and that may have to be how it goes until, again, the nail hurts enough. So I understand what you're saying. In theory, movement's actually what moves the needle. I don't think we're in a position as men, as a collective, the collective desire is not there to move in the direction that you're talking about.
All right,
Absolutely,
before we move on,
that's
I want
a fact. That's all I was just saying, though.
Amy, before we move on, let me ask you
Before we move on, I want to speak to Joshua, man. Thank you, Joshua. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man.
And Trey, I agree with you, homie. I was just challenging what we was talking about. That's all. I understand the individuality, what you was talking about, but I was just saying, as a whole, how is it working for us? Of course it'll work for you, fine. But that's all I'm just saying.
But JT, let me ask you a question really fast.
Yeah.
Do you think, I know the answer personally, in my opinion, the government's hurting that bad, their hands are going to be in their pockets and like that?
You saying that they're going to be in whose pocket?
If this law passes, do you think the government's not going to take a cut out of it because they're hurting that bad?
They are.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's definitely, yeah.
I think
No
that's a
doubt.
factor that we're not even thinking about.
They already take cuts out of the child support system. If you're paying through like the child support system through the court system, which is usually the case in most states, anyways. One, the state is taking a percentage through the system. So like as the father pays into the court, because they don't pay directly to the other parent, they pay directly into the court system. That gets alleviated out. They take a percentage out. On top of that, there's federal benefits into that state for that system. So could it be the case? Yeah, most likely, because they're always going to try to pay for their own system. It is the way it's the way the system.
I personally think it's not about more stepdads or whatever the case is. I think the government just wants more money. End of the day.
Oh no! This law has a cause, and you guys have been asking for it. The red pill community.
What's the name of the law so I can look it up? What is the name of the law?
Parenting by estoppel.
Got it. Thank you.
Josh, let me ask you a question. You said earlier that this was set aside for federal dollars. Is that correct?
No, not this one, or not this specific law. The child support system has federal benefits that go to the state for that system.
Okay, so it's not just a local thing, right?
Yeah. The state is they're incentivized to have their system the way it is because it comes with federal benefits. So it's the feds paying the state.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay. So you guys are kind of jumping up and down about the law, but the reality is you guys kind of asked for this indirectly. Generally speaking, if you look at the talking points that the red pill community has been popping out for before they were even a red pill community, people wanted women to be held accountable. Why do you think it's not the case that this law would be designed to basically take as many possible incentives from the mom who tries to go about her life? What makes you think that that's not designed to target her specifically and cut as many cut things like mentorship or you know, whatever else they can, even I guess the what you call the cleanup man that comes in next and takes up for it? What makes you think it does not attack her?
Listen, if that was their goal, all they got to do is bar child support for women who are not married.
Right. You're wanting
that's how you hold them accountable. If they truly want to hold them accountable. Here's the problem. Here's why and this is just an opinion, so let me state that right now. Here's why I think that some of these states are floating this. It's not the child support that they're problematic with. Typically speaking, a lot of these women are getting governmental assistance, which is bankrupting a lot of these fucking governmental establishments. And so they're trying to do an end around by trying to disincentivize men for spending any kind of time with these women. That's what they're trying to do. So that's what it looks like to me. So if they truly wanted to hold the women accountable, they can actually turn back the hands of time. There was a time in this country where there was no child support. There was a time in this country,
and the kids went to the mother. To the father.
Went to the father. There was a time. Let me tell you guys something. Child support, if you really start researching it from a historical perspective, it was designed for married women. Remember, after World War II, a lot of these veterans are coming back and leaving their women, their homes. And so the government said we cannot have destituted women, destituted children, because these men were and it was white men that were leaving. So that's why it got instituted. So this was not designed for the whole culture that we got out right now. They just co-opted it. You know,
right.
So if we just go back to making it a benefit from women who actually got married, problem solved.
Yeah, to change the aim.
No, and the reason is because there's always going to be a group of men that are going to step in and take place or take up the system. There's always going to be men chasing other women, even if they're, you know, baby mamas or whatever it is, right? The system cannot hold them responsible if there is an out. So this is basically, I hate to use the term, scorched earth process. We got this because we failed to act 15, 20, 25 years ago. Now Red Pill has moved into government. I warned everybody that this was coming, and it gets a lot worse. This is just like a tip of the iceberg. And I'm not even Red Pill. I just understand you get enough guys complaining about it. And again, that is a community. They're fighting back. They're just not.
Can I ask how does reverting the child support only to divorce women hurt again?
Well,
because men, other men.
He's the one
that's asking me, Joshua.
TJ, and I'm asking Joshua because he disagreed with you, TJ, and I'm asking Joshua if the plan was to say child support is only for women who were married and got divorced. How is that a bad thing again?
One, because the law doesn't specifically target just married women. It just because the marriage stats are going down, right? But even if it was the case, it wouldn't particularly matter because regardless, the first father steps out, goes about his business. Now, if he doesn't have to pay child support, he's going to be more incentivized to go and say, fuck off. If the woman's not going to behave, I can just walk away with no type of consequences. On top of that, the worst part is another man is going to come in because he want to get some poot nanny. So he's basically going.
Joshua, you're off topic. I'm asking a very specific question. How is this a bad thing? If a woman gets married and she gets divorced, she is the only woman that is allowed or be eligible for child support. How is that
Because
a negative? That means that
because
women,
it
women have
passes the
children,
responsibility off to other men.
or she could not have. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It holds the father, the husband, responsible.
It happens now.
No, again, Joshua, it's a simple question. I don't under. If the woman is not married, she cannot file for child support. Simple.
If she's unmarried,
if the woman is not married, she cannot file for child support. That to me sounds like a deterrence to women to not have children out of wedlock, because she knows that she will not be eligible for child support. So again, I'm asking you, based on what TJ said, how is it a bad idea that the only women that would be eligible for child support are divorced women? How is that a bad idea?
because it doesn't stop that way. There's always going to be some loophole in a system that people are going to take advantage of. As they find the loopholes, they're going to go through them.
Trey,
Just like the system we have now.
Trey, let me answer your question. It actually has absolutely nothing to do with the mother. It's about the support of the child, whether the mother is married or not. It has nothing to do with it. So the laws that protect the child, whether the parents are married or not.
No,
so whether they nuance it or however they set it up.
To test his logic. I understand the law. I pay child support. I get it.
Of course.
Trust me.
Of course.
I understand.
Come on.
Trust me, I understand.
Come on.
$100 a month.
It was the first part you missed. He said it used to be like that.
For one child.
Shit.
Remember, it's based on lifestyle and how much money you earn.
Right.
Anyway, but that's why I'm asking, because in my particular situation, she would not have been eligible for child support because we weren't married.
Correct.
Right.
So that's why I'm asking. Okay, you said there's a loophole. What's the loophole?
Well, okay, so in your case, if you're talking about now, it's also the case that there's several states proposing child support even without marriage, specifically even before birth.
Trey, let me give you the answer. The
I'm talking
loophole
about
is
something completely
Trey.
different.
Hey, let me
Okay,
ask you a
all
question. Let me ask you a question, Trey. The loophole is kids got to eat.
Did you hear what
But,
I said?
but hang on, Lost. They would eat anyway because the father, the husband, would be the one paying the child support.
If they can
What
find
I'm simply saying, and it's
Right.
actually
If
illegal.
everybody would do everything that they were supposed to do, wouldn't be a problem. The problem is people aren't doing what they're supposed to do. That's the loophole.
And Joshua, and if the women are not allowed or not eligible for child support, the single women, then them and their children just suffer. That's it.
Then
and
don't
that's
have
the
a child out
consequence.
of wedlock.
No, kid. As Law said, the kids are going to eat. Somebody's going to step in, whether it's going to be another man, whether it's going to be the church, whether it's going to be another organization.
And that's fine, but it's still, even though some women might get saved, it still will reduce the vast volume of women, the single mother household. It absolutely will. Women are not entirely stupid. If they don't have a safety net, they're going to act. Most of them will act accordingly. These women fight for self-preservation more than any other creature on the planet.
Right.
They don't have access to child support and governmental assistance. They're gonna pick the men that can provide that lifestyle for them, and they're gonna be cooperative with those men because, hey, I'm gonna be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle if I don't.
Right. And eventually they're going to try to push their boundaries, find their way out of marriage, whatever it is, and then find other men that are willing to just jump on their program, if you want to call it that way. It's always been the case.
Well,
Let me
ask a question. I have a simple question.
You guys are looking at it from a small portion where it's actually a big problem, and it's not one thing; it's like 10 things all grouped together.
Just what I don't understand. Let's say the father's in the picture, does what he does, he pays up or whatever. Then the new father, daddy, whatever you want to fucking call him, new sperm donor, does he pay too? That's what I don't understand. That like
yes.
He can get in line.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Surprise. Gotcha.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm cutting my shit off.
Don't do that.
I mean, you have to look at it like this too. When we say suffering, I think that, sometimes, the greatest things come out of suffering. I think that, a lot of women out here are misbehaving because they know. Just think about it right now. I ain't asking nobody to picture being a woman. Just think about a woman that just think about the choices that she has. If Trey goes out tonight and has sex with a woman and she gets pregnant, he can lift her head and say, my apartment gonna be paid for, my house gonna be paid for, I'm gonna get WIC, I'm gonna get food stamps, I'm gonna get housing authority, I'm gonna get
county.
I'm going to get everything I need because of this big bundle of possibility.
Hold up, black man. Hang on a second. Are you saying that I only deal with broke bitches? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I just use it as an example. Okay, just use it as an example. You know, sometimes
the women
you may.
I deal with are not eligible for these government assistance programs. So
I mean, sometimes Trey, you may meet somebody at the deli at Walmart before they close. Listen, I'm just saying.
Dollar General.
I'm just
it has happened.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, right? Everything that this woman can be provided, the government. Oh, goddamn! Normally, that's
a bodega most of anywhere.
But think about it. Everything that the country will provide for this woman, they're not going to let her be homeless. They're not going to allow her kids to be hungry. They're not going to allow her not to have a roof over her head. Even in Texas right now, they're giving women cars. Well, let me say it again. If the woman don't have a car, they'll help her. They'll pay for her to get her driver's exam, her driver's license, and they have this incentive right now that says you got a car that's running and decent, turn your car in and you get some tax break or some shit. So they take those cars and they give these cars to women. Now watch this. Normally back in the day, when you look at a housing authority place, you'd be like, damn, that's ragged, that's the hood. Now, and I've said this several times, my brother came here to move to Texas from Louisiana, and he went to look at a nice apartment. I was with them. I drove them around, him and his wife. These apartments were amazing. I said, bro, this for y'all, bro. The lady said, so when are you going to turn your paperwork in? She said, what paperwork? She said, your Section 8 paperwork.
Yeah.
She said, I don't have that. She said, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you guys, I was on the impression that you would be using your housing authority payment for this. When I tell you the floors were wood floors, they all come with washers and dryers already in the house. They come with free Wi-Fi. Listen to me.
Well, where you want them to live, BM? You want to be on the street? Where you want them to live?
I'm saying they
on that
live
free Wi-Fi.
Man, imagine
You
if Trey
saying the
fucked me.
accommodations
If
are
Trey
too good,
fucked me,
black man?
hold on. If Trey fucked me and get me pregnant, I can get free Wi-Fi, wood floors, washer and dryer. Just think about it. I'm just saying. So it is what it is. But anyway, our pain has been patient. Hink has been patient as well. Thank you so much. TJ's been patient. Mr. Bennett as well. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as you're coming in. I see that we have 21 likes and 41 people watching. Hit the like button because that helps the channel. All right. So I want to get Hink. You've been listening to this. What are your thoughts so far, man, about do you think these heifers, I know that's your word. You coined that. I'm not going to, that's copyrighted. This ain't copyrighted. But you think these heifers deserve to have this law in their favor? Do you think that they deserve to get all the things that they're getting, including the cleanup man?
Shit. Deserve? I don't. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So deserve? Well, probably not. But somehow we keep doing this. Somehow we keep allowing this shit to happen. I don't know why. What is the benefit of doing all of these things for these individuals? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What financial incentives does everybody else get? Does the government get for doing these things? I mean, it's bad, man. Can y'all please put the name of this? Because I got to look this shit up, man. This is concerning.
We'll put it in the back chat for you, man.
Concerning to me.
All you gotta do is go to Google and just say, what's that? Parental estoppel. What is it called?
Parental by estoppel.
Just say that. It'll come up.
I don't see an actual law.
Man, I'm on the show, Ron.
What I see is a legal concept.
Right. You said
Well, I
what?
use my phone. I use my phone to look it up.
I've been looking it up. I don't see an actual law. I see that it's a legal concept that
Right.
they use, but I'm not seeing a place where there's an actual law. And that's why I'm asking, is there a specific link that is showing the legislature that wants to put this into law permanently? I get that. I get that it's a concept.
Right,
I
right.
get that, but I'm not seeing where. Which state? I bet you it's California.
So right now,
It's California. Yep, you're right.
California is always on some bullshit, bro. Always, always on some bullshit.
It's what's known as under the color of law. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what that is.
Yeah, but there's no number.
So
If
that
you got to
means,
find
that
a
means really,
proposal
really
number.
rich people are starting to write the legislation, basically.
Yeah.
They winding that
yeah.
thing up, man.
Absolutely. I agree. And I just, when this shit hit, it's gonna hit like a category 5, because now what's gonna happen is, and I know Joshua, you've been around the world now, right? What's gonna happen is what they do in China, in Japan. They have something in those areas called leftover women. There's a word for it, but Joshua, am I right? Am I wrong? They have something called leftover women. Those women are not desired. It's a shame to be with them. It's an abomination to be around them. You shouldn't be with them. They got kids. You shouldn't touch them. They're like, these women are like diseased women. You can't be. You don't get caught with one, or you embarrass your family. Your family will shun you. Like over there, they don't play that baby mama getting with a baby mama Mr. Cleanup. No, we got people to clean up shit our own. Do not get caught with one, or you lose your family. You lose whatever. Right? Oh, well, yeah, it's in Michigan too. Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, can you put that link in the back for me? Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay,
Yep.
so you guys, okay, so we're going on case. We got case law, is what we're saying. Is that what y'all showing? Case law?
I think that's what it was. But
Case
the
law,
link will be
case law is more than valid.
yeah.
We use it every day, so I get that. I just want to. I want to go somewhere. I want to go. I want to. Tomorrow when I have time, I want to sit down and
Right.
actually read it. That's why I'm asking.
Absolutely.
To be fair, this is always going to be at a state level. Generally speaking, family law is state. There's really
right.
There's no crossover. The only other problem though is the incentives come down federally. So federally, sometimes they'll fund certain things, maybe not everything, but they'll fund through. And so there's no way to push back against that. All you can do is attack the state.
Yeah, when was the last time the state turned down some money from the Fed?
Shit.
Never.
Exactly.
So if they don't want to
Let's
spend the
hold
money,
on.
if they
Let's
don't,
be clear. The feds oftentimes subsidize, which is why the state and also when we have these conversations, and now you guys just hinted to it. Let's not forget, it's a lot of like you said, a lot of these things are state specific. Like in Wisconsin, I know you guys talk about the state takes a cut. In Wisconsin, this is how gangster these motherfuckers are. So the woman gets 100% of the child support. The fees, interest, and taxes are deferred. So when the guy believes he's done paying child support,
They come up in the back
19
end.
or 20, they come back for the fees and interest. So he's 40 something, 42. He thinks he's done. No, nigga, we got you until you die, which is what happened to my grandfather. So you got to be mindful of what your state. I know we have talks in general, but for the audience, sometimes we got to remember, you got to know what your state is doing. And a lot of times we fucking don't know. Michigan is like the evil empire for fucking child support, because all a woman got to do in fucking Michigan is just point you out. They'll start ganking your money within 30 days before you even prove that kid is yours or not. Michigan is treacherous.
And let's add on to that. Even if they find out the kid's not yours in court, you still gonna pay child support till they find the real daddy.
Yes.
well, R-Pain, you wanted dick discipline.
Well, that's better than what they do in California.
You wanted dick discipline, R-Pain. The government said, we got you. We got you. We're gonna institute these laws, and men are gonna have to be more responsible for what they do with their tallywhacker from here on out.
Damn, this is the quietest I've ever seen R-Pain.
Well, I can't talk every time I say something. You cut into a commercial and shit.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
So now he about to cut to commercial just because you said that. You know,
No, I'm not.
Land the damn plane.
Go ahead, RP. Go ahead, RP. Talk your
Listen,
talk.
man. Listen. There's a war of men, man. You know, it's just a war of men in general. I mean, this is just one aspect of it. You know, so I mean, I think that we're like frogs in a heated up pot, shit, and that's why we don't act really fast enough. I mean, like the law in New York, where it extended the chance to come after men for 50 years ago. You grabbed a lady's ass, or even looked at her strange, they can get you. There's just a general war on men. It's as simple as that, and it's just beginning. You know, it's just beginning. I mean, on Monday when we're going to talk about the presumption of innocence, think about it. It's really men who lose their presumption of innocence when they get fired from jobs. They get, you know, punished before any goddamn evidence is even put. Just the court of public opinion is just destroying men all over the fucking country, and it's over all racial lines. So some guys are guilty. A lot of people aren't. You know, so I don't know, man. This is just part and parcel of how things are messed up. You know, so I don't know what the answer is to fix it. You know, a part of the men stop spreading their seed is an issue, but you know, then you fight nature. You know, and then that's an individual choice for individual men.
But I thought this issue wasn't about spreading your seed.
Right.
It's not.
No, but it's still a part of it though.
Well, no, it's not.
Other
If you're
aspect,
saying-
not this issue, but it's still a part of it.
Right. You can't tell men now. You could tell men now, keep your dick in your pants. But if he take
Yeah,
them to the
it
movies,
don't
he's
matter.
fucked. It
Right.
don't fucking matter
It
no
don't
more.
matter now.
You can have big
So
discipline and still get
it don't matter no more. I agree with that.
Yeah, don't matter.
Yeah, but we were all over the place today, so that was just when I said that. But yeah, it doesn't
Now
matter.
I want to show you.
I have a question.
Oh,
I have a
God.
question.
Nigga, can you turn your mic down? What's going on over there?
He got earbuds, man. Them things super
I'm just-
powerful,
it's
man.
like
That's
he-
what it
it's
is.
like he's trying to earthly whisper to Jesus.
I'm sorry, can I have a question, sir? May I please talk?
Much better.
Is that better?
Yes.
You predator looking mother.
It's not better, but go ahead.
It ain't better. Go ahead.
Anyway, do anybody know the
Mayday!
do anybody know the stats on what the stats are about the young men that are incarcerated at the high school age going into college age? Because I think it's something more to what it is that I think the government is trying to do, and they're looking for.
You switching the subject because
No. This pertaining to what it is we're talking about.
Go ahead. Let's see.
Yeah. When you talk about what it is that they're trying to do, where this case thing or whatever it is that they call it, where they're trying to make us pay for child support and the kids not ours, but because we mentor, or we coaching, or things of that nature. What is the stats for the young people that's in jail, incarcerated at this time compared to what it was maybe 20, 30 years ago?
Hell, I don't know.
I get what he's
What?
trying to say.
But
He's
I know-
trying to say
go
if
ahead.
you take the coaches and mentors away, then more than likely the incarceration amongst the younger
Is good,
probably
which is going to bring more money.
Right.
Which
So-
is going to bring more money in.
Right. So yeah, because now they're triple dipping. Real daddy,
Yeah.
the man that's in his life, the coach, the mentor, and
Thank
then
you,
the
Trey.
prison system. In the prison system.
And the gun line boss.
Yeah. So
not the gun line.
The gun line
yeah, tell
boss.
them about the gun line boss. It's script from shack to shack. You know, Hink, jump in on this one, Hink, because what are your thoughts as far as the young men who are being mentored and being they're no longer, men are not going to want to mentor them anymore, and they're going to end up locked. Do you think the prison rate will rise when this law takes effect?
No, I don't think it will. I don't look. I think it's going to affect maybe men really stepping up and being mentors. I mean, if it starts affecting individuals, I really do. I think it's gonna really hurt the community and people volunteering, trying to give back in any form or fashion. I mean, you're gonna be hesitant to do such. You know, you're not going to be willing to put yourself out on the line knowing this could possibly happen to a man. Now, the sad part about it, the real young man who really need that is not going to get them benefits because of this situation. And for a woman to make a decision to do that, man, yeah, she ain't shit, man. Man, that heifer ain't shit for that, man. God.
Now, Hank, I'm gonna add something to what you said too. I saw a video the other day of a lady who is in a lesbian relationship. I don't know if anybody else saw this shit. She's a lesbian, and they had a baby together, right? She went and got inseminated. What the fuck? And had the baby. And the other stud muffin did not sign the birth certificate. So they broke up. The other stud muffin said, I ain't signed the birth certificate, so it's not my responsibility.
Put it on the goddamn sperm donor.
The lesbian left her. She on camera says this. Well, since she left me, I'm going after the man who donated the sperm to pay child support.
Damn.
Lost
And she
human
tracked him down. And she tracked him down.
tracked his ass down.
The poor guy didn't even do anything.
All kinds of laws have been broken. How did she find this, man?
I have no idea.
She found somebody that worked at the place.
Yep, probably broke.
They've been doing that though. That's not no secret. They've been doing that for a while. That's
Wait a
not
minute,
the first
that's
case.
against HIPAA law, isn't it?
Of course it is.
But the thing is,
just one. There's a Privacy Act law of
Yeah, they broke.
1947 too.
They broke about 4 laws.
but ask me, are they going to get prosecuted for it?
Hell no.
Thank you.
So it still brings the thing up, man. And I hate to be this dude, but I have to. Does it because it keeps pointing to us. It keeps pointing to us.
JT, ain't no dudes finna get together and do nothing.
No, I'm not, bro. We already done crossed that line right there. But I'm saying,
me and you be out there by ourselves. Shit,
yeah, we gonna be by our motherfucking self out here. You gonna be, I don't
Trey
know what the
gonna send a
fuck.
text message. I'm gonna say, Trey, you coming? That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Lost the translation. Gonna send a picture like this.
Fuck them niggas. Man.
Shit, you know,
I told you to keep your dick in your pants.
But you know what? Mr. Bennett had a point. Mr. Bennett said men ain't built to do that. They not built like that. They not.
Man, listen, I think no.
I don't see
kinda
no. I don't see
disagree
a
with
bunch
that.
of masculine ass men
The
marching in
only-
the streets about change
The only
movement
reason
I've
why I
ever
can say I
seen-
disagree with it is
The only
because
men's
we
movement I've ever
adapt.
seen where guys moved
We
in mass,
shall
like maybe some
overcome.
military guys. Like I've seen like veterans, like you see men lobby for veterans benefits and whatnot, but you never see guys protesting in mass for something like that. Veterans, yes, I've seen that, but not anything else. But again, you're
maybe
talking
a motorcycle club.
That's what
but
I'm
they don't
saying.
they don't lobby for anything though.
No. January the
And it
6th.
used to be, it used to be the gun lobby, like the NRA, but now they're in tatters. They're done. That LaPierre dude was, doing his private jets and all that kind of stuff. So that's shot too. So again, you're not there's again until it hurts, because what you're talking about now, all you guys are projecting, you're still talking about stuff that probably doesn't affect 99% of men.
Now, Mr. Bennett, I
So-
did say that. I said that it's not
It affects
important
us.
because it's not motherfuckers is too comfortable, right?
Correct.
And the same thing is with men. That's why I said that.
But that's any movement. Like for us, it had to hurt.
Shit, we got to suffer. Somebody
When
gonna have to
folks was
suffer.
getting lynched and
Ain't
all
finna
that
be
kind
me.
of stuff. Yeah, when it hurt, that's when folks got it had to get dire straits. So until
agree.
it gets to dire straits, yeah, I mean, I just can't see that kind of mobilization.
Well, Mr.
But by
Bennett,
the time it
doesn't-
get to the
Mr.
point where it
Bennett,
hurt,
doesn't this only
yeah,
hurt the
shit, you gonna have
that
men
want to
acting
be
like
around
women.
The kids, like if
Say that again.
if I say fuck them kids, I'm good, right?
You are good.
yeah.
Most motherfuckers that say fuck them
really
kids
truly
and fuck them
only
women,
affects men
they
who have
alright.
an affinity for children, right?
But most dudes don't have. This is the thing, Trey. Most niggas they be on the fence. They lukewarm. When they come down to
And your
women,
lukewarm ass gonna pay the price.
I got my
right,
passport.
so you gotta suffer. And no, I believe that when you make powerful movements, it's because of hell of a suffrage. Motherfuckers, when they suffer and they get tired of suffering, then that's when motherfuckers move. So I definitely agree with that. At the end of the
Speaking of
day,
passport stuff, has there been? Because I'm not in these streets a whole lot. I know Trey. I know you're entertaining it. Has the result been in mass?
No.
Where all these men
No.
who have been applying for it
No.
have been hyping
No.
it up to be? Because I've
It's
heard
a
this
one-off.
passport thing for 3
No.
years. I don't see the trail of marriages or guys coming back with it and everything's hunky dory. So I don't understand the passport stuff.
Well,
The
Mr.
real
Bennett,
passport niggas
Mr.
is the
Bennett,
niggas
hold on
that
a
went
second,
to
y'all.
the
Mr. Bennett, I
military.
will say this.
And went overseas.
When have you ever heard from a happy husband? You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
Well,
So
well,
to ask, have you heard this in mass? You're not. Because the last thing I would
But
be
these
doing
are the
is,
guys
if
who've
I'm
been
happy,
advertised. But hang on,
I would
But-
not
but
be on
I'm
YouTube.
saying, but the guys who've been the guys who've been promoting it for this last
None of
3
them
to
are
5
married.
years, and they're all married, and they just shut up and they just got out the game and say, "Look, y'all on your own."
All they want is your
The ones-
proceeds, your
listen,
money.
That's
The
messed
ones
up.
that
man.
are, them niggas
If
ain't
you-
passport bros no more.
if you
You
look-
don't know. You don't
Mr.
know.
Bennett, Mr. Bennett, if you
That
look at
is
the
messed
YouTube
up.
streets, if you look at a lot of the guys that promote passport bros in the YouTube streets, majority of them are not married.
Yeah.
Because they still
Majority of them-
passport bros
and
after
they're dating
10
women
years.
overseas, and they're not married.
Right.
What
Where
happened
the
is
receipts?
straight.
I'm
the
saying
world
I'm not
got-
seeing the
world got
receipts
Western
though.
No, I
life.
mean like you have a guy like
Yeah.
Andre and Andrea love crossing borders. Like he's married, right? There are some
Yeah.
of them are married, but the majority of them, like the more popular ones, like the Richie Max, he's not married,
Mhm.
right? Like a lot of these guys that are pushing
Yeah.
this passport, bro. Man, let's keep this one. Let's just keep this 100. We know why we're going overseas, right? We know why we're going.
So you gonna fuck on
Cheap
them. That's all.
coochie.
Are there some men that are quietly
They just going over to fuck on the women.
finding a wife?
Yeah, that's all they do.
Sure, there are some men that are quietly finding wives. Yes, but is this
Man,
majority
they ain't
of
looking
the
for
men
no
that are
wives,
going
Trey.
over there?
Nah.
No, majority of the men that are going overseas are not finding wives. That's not what's happening.
And then what do they bring? And I'm asking too, what are they bringing back? Because
They-
I've seen
not.
some of these.
They ain't bringing-
I've seen
they
these
ain't
guys
bringing
go to
them
DR.
back.
These guys going to Dominican
Half of them ain't
Republic,
coming
all these
back if they
places,
married.
whatever. And I'm like, what are you bringing back with you? It's not
Right.
all things you're bringing back
Well,
either.
Mr.
So
Bennett,
I,
they
That's
ain't
all
getting
they
shit.
bring it
They're not getting shit here, and then they go over there. and
I
get
understand that going there, but I'm
they
saying,
go
but what
over
are they
there and
bringing
don't get
back?
shit either.
They're
They're not even coming back. Most of them, they
No, I'm
staying there.
saying, are they bringing
An
syphilis
empty
or
bank
gonorrhea?
account,
What I don't know what
Mr.
these
They're
guys
not
are bringing
coming
back.
back.
I'm just
An
saying.
empty
They're
bank
not
account.
coming back, Mr. Bennett.
Hey,
The
Mr.
most
Bennett,
They bringing back stories.
here's a
The
funny
most
part, Mr.
successful
Bennett, Mr.
passport
Bennett. I've
bro
been to
is a
Colombia
nigga that was in the
twice.
military
I've been to
doing
Colombia
Yep.
twice,
Vietnam.
right? If you think that hypergamy is a real thing in the United States, go to Colombia.
Yeah.
You
Go
think
there.
these women really practice hypergamy over there?
Mhm.
In Brazil,
Mr.
they
Bennett.
really practice hypergamy.
Mr. Bennett, as far as STDs, I think Houston has us covered, sir.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? They got
Oh,
plenty
well,
for
yeah.
everybody down there. You know what I'm saying?
And
Second
I wanna-
to Atlanta.
And I want to get my sister-in-law
Actually,
on here
Mississippi.
because she works in the hot.
Yeah, Mississippi.
She works in that field. That's her field. And she says that, and she said that to me. And she said, "You better." She said, "You gonna get the big head when I tell you this because you said it before." I said, "You go ahead and tell me I'm right. I love to hear that." She said that women, statistically speaking, in Houston and nationwide, is on your side. That black women are the number one leaders in STIs. Period. And she said 60% of those women that come in there with some type of viral something or something. They have STIs. And she said, but this is the part you're gonna get the big head on. I said, talk to me, sister. Tell me so I can use it on the show. She said 60% of those women. I said, what the men numbers look like? She said, well, 15% for the men. She said, so that meaning my husband said, my brother said, tell him the truth. She said that means 60% of the women are fucking 15% of the men. That means that they're sharing those 15% of men.
Hey, black man, go do your research according to the CDC on black women. How many black women got hurt? Got the hurt.
What's the number? Tell it right now. Say it right now.
The last I checked, it was over 40%.
Yep.
It was like 43%. 43%.
Yeah, somebody leaked Halle Berry's records. Yeah, somebody just recently leaked Halle Berry's records, and they said that she has herpes. She's had herpes since 2000.
Get out of here for real.
Shingles.
Yeah,
Hang
and
on,
I
hang on,
said,
but-
I
hang on,
just
but
had-
Jay-
He got
Jay-
shingles.
They said it was
But
shingles.
JT, but see, this is to your point. See, this is to your point also, right? You're talking about
Lost still gonna hit.
JT, you talk about guys operating a mask. So you got all these pastors who are going out. The ones who are getting married, they're not sharing the information with nobody. They just cried. So again, that just shows how men want to band together and cause a movement, because you would think these guys say, okay, this is the movement. Have hundreds of thousands of black men leaving the U.S. to go get these wives and stuff. Look, see, guys, it's working. They're not even trying to do anything for like this. So, and these are the guys who are getting a positive result, and they want to keep it to themselves. So you talk about men trying to work together. Not happening.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm just letting it roll over, man. Just having this conversation with you guys, I'm like, you're right. Like, even when you said, no, I don't think, when you and I think that was Lost that said, no, these men are not built for that, right? So I'm listening and I'm thinking, reverting back to, all the things that I've experienced. And I'm just like, you're right. You're kind of right, but it still goes to the point where I just say that we just too fucking comfortable. It ain't hurting. It don't hurt
enough
for us to fight back.
You may hear the dog hoot a little bit.
Yeah.
But in order for it to hurt, are you saying that men, in order for this to really affect, men would have to be with these women, or not be with these women, but be in a child's life to a point and where he's acting as a father, right? In order for, we talking about this law, right? And he would have to be in this child's life so much so that it can be misconstrued as he's the father.
I think that's certainly I think there's certainly a bond. I think there's certainly a bond, right? That is formed. Yes.
So, but if the message, I don't think we necessarily need to band together. I just think it needs to be more education on, this is the law, this is where it's heading. Stay away from these children.
Yeah, well, I think you're right.
Stay away from the kids.
No, I can't see a bunch of men, and I'm just listening to it, and I'm rolling it over. I just can't see a bunch of men marching and hollering for equal rights, and then against women. So I get it. It's like, that shit is not.
Plus the perception.
Are we arm in arm? Are we arm in arm?
Right. That shit just ain't gonna be.
But JT, but look at the perception. It's like you're darned if you do and darned if you don't. If you do, then the perception is all these men are just complaining.
It's more information, getting information.
How many guys don't want to be looking soft in front of women or looking like they're whining?
I'm with Trey though.
Yeah.
I'm with Trey. I think we need to pass the FTK doctrine. Fuck them kids, because what's gonna happen? We care. It's a little bit too much care right now, because imagine a man just giving his all, to this woman, and then she said, "This is my son Derek." Men gonna start doing this. The kids are gonna be sunlight to a vampire. They're not gonna. I'm not gonna want to do nothing. I'm gonna be like, "I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm not gonna deal with this fucking kid." And then I break up with you, and you trying to get money. No.
Yeah.
But that's why I said women. That's why I said women have to be at the forefront of this, because of.
Okay, fine.
Well, wait a minute. Let me finish. But because women will have to deny having this law passed because of what's going to happen to them. It will, because men ain't going to do it. Women going to say, listen, if you pass this law, we're not going to be able to get any support for our sons or any mentors for our son. That's what's going to have to happen.
But we have women ever march for something that didn't benefit them.
Wait a minute. Somebody said, walking down the street saying, "My wallet, my choice."
Right.
Listen.
My wallet, my choice.
Hey, black man, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking all these times I done took these boys.
We're moving on now.
I done bought these boys pizza. You know what I'm saying? I done took these boys to the movies.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here thinking like, am I on the hook for 8 or 9 of these motherfuckers?
Small wow. Hey,
baby,
I look out, BME. I look out for them when they. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you. In some cases, if I don't feed them, they may not eat that night.
Exactly.
That's some real shit.
I've been
They
there.
may not eat that night.
You and
Wait. Trey, now all of a sudden you're all group of people, even if it's just a couple of kids next door that are hungry?
Hold on. I've always been. I've done my part.
So you are a social man. You do get involved.
No, that was his point. That was his premise, though.
Point.
That was his whole premise. Yeah, that was his whole premise.
Why would I?
Okay.
Why would I continue to do what I've been doing if now you just put me on the hook for 9 boys between the ages of 8 to 18.
Okay, to be fair, it's not really the old guys. The vast majority of the people on this panel are typically traditional. They're going about it, right? The problem is whatever that traditions and culture, standards and principles did not get passed on to the younger generation. Yeah. Actually, my generation, I'm 40, so I'm kind of like in the mid. So it's
yeah.
So the issue is the pushback. Like, you guys are so pissed off at the system. It's because JT's point was specifically, when are you guys going to stand up and literally fight? Get together as a group. Your neighborhood has the potential to affect the next neighborhood over. Those 2 neighborhoods together push into the county.
Ain't nothing but white people. Ain't nothing but white people in my neighborhood. I'm good.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not walking with that nigger.
So what it comes down to is we've accepted.
Fucking married. They're the problem.
We've accepted. We've accepted. I mean, we've accepted welfare. We just accept welfare now. So
put your hand down.
Black, you know what I think is exceptional about this policy or this law is that you don't have to have any physical relationship with the mother. I think that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's really the thing. If the way they're going about this, I don't actually have to look the mother at all. At least if I get a little, cookie on the side. At least I got something out of the deal. But we're talking about a 300-pound land whale now telling me I'm responsible for her child now.
Man,
you gotta take care of my kids.
And look, she coming up. Look, and I just saw a woman do this at a church. A dude was up preaching, and she said, "Oh, you gonna take care of my children?" He said, "Ma'am, those not my babies." Oh, so all of a sudden, since I'm not a member no more, you're not gonna pay for my kids' school no more. He said, "Man, we did that as a church. We're not doing that no more. What do you want? What do you want from me?" Now, when that law passed, she coming back. She want rich. She want retribution.
Y'all remember that video of that woman who had like 12 kids and she was doing an interview and she said, "Somebody gonna pay for these kids." Y'all remember
living
that?
in the hotel room?
Yeah.
I remember that.
You
Yeah,
remember that, she was like, "Somebody got to pay for these kids."
And now
that's all I'm hearing.
That's exactly what it is.
Listen, ma'am, I want to get some signed documentation that says, "Ma'am, I am a part of the FTK coalition." And
them kids.
Yeah, I will do for your kids in the moment. But if I ever lose a relationship with you, ma'am, this paperwork is saying that I have no legal financial responsibility to take care of your children outside of the relationship that I have with your children. That's it. That's a wrap.
You know what I think is hilarious? A 10-minute action cost you millions of dollars.
You ain't even got to do that, brother. You can buy the kid a Happy Meal.
It costs you what you have. You don't have millions. You're not.
Mom,
whatever you got.
Hey,
you got thousands or hundreds. That's what's going to cost you.
Take the kids to go get pizza or took them to the movies. Or I took them to the zoo. We did our lesson at the zoo one time. Like me, I try to make it a little bit fun. You know what I mean? I don't want to be I don't like lectures, so I try not to lecture them. So I try to get them out and sort of kind of show them how the world works. And what I have them do is I have them go and point to companies and go look up the company's balance sheet, go look up the company's 3-month, 1 year, 5-year charts, things like that, and have them sort of memorize stock ticker symbols. And I have them doing all kinds of stuff, but I have them be interactive. But I don't want that to be misconstrued with he's acting as a father to them.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Hey, Trey.
Look, if that's all you did and you took sent him home, then I think you might be good. But again, I'm saying anything that's construed as if he went in, you did your classes on stuff or whatever, but you send him home without a meal, then I think you'd be good. But once you start showing any kind of support, any kind of financial support that you're putting in, now you're just giving your knowledge and your time.
Yep,
but when that becomes something that's measurable or financial, then that could be something.
That's
different.
it.
And you got that. And you got that 400-pound. You got that 400-pound woman that built like a Dr. Pepper can. That's gonna be at your fucking job saying, at the courtroom saying, "Trey, you know you bought my kids McDonald's. You know you bought. You know what you did, Trey."
And I don't have anything.
We called the Department of Children and Families to see what they've been doing to help.
DCF says Hillsborough Kids Incorporated has been helping by paying Adams rent, even providing her furniture.
Come on,
Adams
Reverend
says
Jakes.
It isn't enough.
Somebody needs to pay for all my children. And my
Where the daddy at?
all our suffering, all our pain. Somebody needs to be helped.
Why does she look like Michael Jackson?
And they need to pay.
Oh, shit. Still, doesn't that look like serious? Doesn't that look like Michael Jackson?
Sure, yeah. Well, I think I found your next wife.
You know what?
Hey,
She
hey,
said
hey, Mr. Benny,
somebody
you know
needs
what
to
I
be
didn't notice?
held accountable.
Yeah, you.
She said somebody needs to be held
Now,
accountable.
15 children. 15 children, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I did? I never noticed in the video. If you look over her right shoulder or her left shoulder, there's a woman holding a baby with a bottle, and she's shaking her head like,
And look, they all were. It was 15 of those motherfuckers, and they all were little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they was under
So hang on.
10.
So guys, so that being said, looking at something like that,
Mr. Bennett, should she be redeemed?
Hell no.
Somebody
If
got to
some- look,
feed these kids, man.
I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't advise it.
But
If a
that
guy
pussy
wants
good.
to, go ahead and do that. That's on him. I'm not.
Trey, that's all
I'm
you,
not
man.
going to stop a man from his stupidity, or is it, or is it his? So if he wants to go ahead and redeem that, that's totally.
So there's a
totally
limit
on
to
him.
redemption. There's a limit.
I just,
our pain is right. Our pain is right. Y'all motherfuckers gotta have some dick discipline out here. This is crazy. This is insane.
Hey, Trey.
This is insane.
Trey.
I want to.
Right.
$1,000. I bet you
I want to
$1,000.
ask some questions in a larger context
I bet
here.
you $1,000. He has
you gotta
the record.
cut that
Best
shit right
dog
there.
and the best pussy in that area. I guarantee you that she got that pussy that will make you nut in it. I guarantee
Black man. You either cut it or I'm gonna cut that shit. Y'all niggas gotta have some dick discipline.
Trey? Which Trey am I? Because 21-year-old Trey was reckless as fuck.
Yeah, you were.
39-year-old Trey would run away from her with track speed. So which one we talking about?
Yeah, man. Fuck them kids. You gotta
Hey,
find a good
Arcane.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know you was practicing to take over TD Jake's job.
man. Hold on. Let me get him off of here.
You
Listen,
ever been swallowed?
I'm sick of this.
Hey, can I
nigga,
ask
man.
Joshua a question? I want to follow
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
question for Joshua. You said earlier, and I because there was a lot of crosstalk, and I didn't quite get your logic when you were talking about it. You said that this is basically men are responsible for this, or the red pill community is responsible for this in some ways. Could you flesh that out a little bit more for me, or if I misunderstood what you were
Okay,
saying?
so these laws generally come about on face value to a woman. It would seem kind of in her benefit, like it would be beneficial to her if she doesn't go through it and really analyze the long term. If she's looking at the short term, she's like, oh yeah, all I have to do is find the right man to kind of care for my kid for like a month or two or something. I don't have to put out, I don't have to get married, I don't have to do all that. So in her mind, she's thinking, oh, this is easy, I can get the same payout as I did before. On the concept of the red pillars, they kind of looked at this as in a long-term scale, right? Like, yeah, that's the trap. You go for it, put it on there. But in long-term scale, it basically puts everybody back into their place. So if you're going to be the Pookie or Ray Ray or whatever it is that happens to drop, I don't know, Happy Meals by the house every once in a while so you keep the kids busy kind of thing, you get sucked into it too. It's designed to punish action.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not red.
So the
pill.
answer is do nothing.
Well, no. Well, technically speaking, yes. You
Yeah,
should
hell
be keeping. Women should be keeping their legs closed, and so should men.
Man, y'all better
Sir,
hurry
my
up and get
legs are
married.
always
Well, my
man,
man,
cut
my
that
man's
shit
always
out.
I'm walking around here a bunch of pussyless men.
Black man, cut that shit out that Trey said. I'm
So
telling
are
you.
you saying, Joshua, that red pill men advocated for this? I'm still not getting that. They
Red
advocated.
pillars. 4 of the people in one of the state were associated with the red pill group.
Right.
There was 2 of them were associated with the Christian National Group. Again, depending on what state. These are state by state laws.
Mhm.
Yeah, people are
Okay, so
people
all right, so I'm glad you said that, because now that kind of gets to my larger question. That isn't all of this really associated with, again, the declining birth rates in the United States. That
Yeah, could
ultimately, especially from white people. because again, their populations, it says by 2043, they're going to be for the first time under 50% in the United States for the first time. And all of these everything from the Dobbs decision, from the, from all these conservative things, they basically want kids to be produced and taken care of because they are afraid of not only the lessening population, but the lessening of their population. That's at the end of the day, that's what's driving this. The fear of being replaced in one way or another is what's driving a lot of this, these notions, these laws, these drives.
Yeah, but
I don't,
Mr. Bennett, how
I
does
don't
this
know if
get
I'd
them-
go
how does this
straight
get them
for
more
the.
babies?
What's
I
that?
don't know. I don't know if I'd go as far as lay claim that it's like a fear based on replacement. It seems to be the case that it's a lot of anger that's pushed through with this. Now, what's underneath that, I don't know. But usually, the amount of effort that was pushed in behind this was a lot of pissed off rage.
Mr. Bennett,
Right,
are you
ask your question
saying
again.
that the powers that be are trying to get other ethnicities to have less children? So that
No,
they can
let me
stay on
help
top?
y'all
What I'm
out.
saying,
Or are you saying
if the
that this
general
doctrine-
premise of the law is that children need to be taken care of, because again, there's fewer and fewer children being born, and you also don't
so that's
want
what I'm
those
asking.
children to be
Is this
strained on
intended for them
the.
to get more children?
Y'all, let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out. This absolutely has nothing to do with kids and everything to do with the money. Listen, the boomers are retiring, and guess what? Feminism has made women unappetizing. So what happens is the guys are saying, you know what? I don't want to have nothing to do with what's going on. So they just said, we're not replacing kids. So guess what? There are less tax dollars going into the system to pay for these old retirees. So what happens is they're going to let the floodgates in and let anybody else who they can so they can tax them, so they can actually have something to replace the system. It's all about the dollar bills, y'all. It has absolutely nothing to do with the homegrown kids. None of that.
But I'm saying, but kids are attached to those dollars, whether it be
Other people's
American-born
kids.
kids,
No.
or
Other
foreign
people's kids.
coming in.
No. Other people's kids who from other countries are replacing the dollars
That's what I'm
from
saying.
the people who should have been
I'm
doing
saying,
here.
but the common denominator is kids. If Americans are starting to have fewer kids,
right?
If these foreign people are going to bring their kids, at the end of the day, the tax money and all the policy is still associated with kids,
right? But
and
they
so
got to pay for the
so
old folks.
preservation to not only protect the kids that are here, but as well as to give benefits to the kids that are coming.
But it's a Ponzi scheme because most of these folks that are coming are
Well,
illegal.
I don't. Yeah, I can buy that. I'm not.
Right.
Again, I don't think that the policy prescriptions are logical or that they will bring about the result that everyone is looking for. But I'm saying, it's that fear of replacement or just the lessening of the child population that's what's driving these decisions.
The government doesn't care about our fear. They care about
just want
making sure they keep
No, I
the
think the
payroll
government is
going.
acting in fear because if they're enacting these policies, they're acting in fear.
They in fact in fear for their job, but they're getting paid from other places. They don't really care. They just want to make sure that these old people get their checks going, and that's about it.
They're actually, I mean, let's look at that. Are they acting in fear or in self-preservation or
Self-preservation.
or
It's both.
something other than more nefarious than fear?
It's both.
It's greed, maybe.
I think it's all kind of interwoven. I mean, if you want to talk about self-preservation, that's a fear-based thing. You don't want your, especially if you're working off.
Right? It's greed to fund the bullshit that they're doing, So
It's all of it. It's all
It's
of it.
basically, in other words, Mr. Bennett, to answer your question, it's a band-aid to a bigger problem. That's all it is.
And the men are the bill payers. They're gonna make sure
when
that
have we ever not been the bill payers?
No, but the point is, like, let me ask you guys a question, right? Men spend money too, right? There's men who are spendthrifts,
right.
But left up to our old devices, right? Just a regular guy on his grind. We're not really just throwing our money out willy nilly. We're not buying.
We're
big
not the
houses.
consumers.
We're not that kind of consumers.
We're not the consumer.
So,
If the U.S. economy based on men spending, it would be.
So what do you have to do to get money out of their pockets?
We hide our money
What
under.
they're doing right now.
You know what they need to do. Come on now.
That's what they're doing right now. So They gotta get that money out of our pockets by any means necessary. That's what it
If
seems
you,
like.
let me
it's
tell you
being
something. If you're gonna get it out of my pocket, if you're gonna get it out of my pocket, it's gonna be what I want. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Ain't gonna be none of
kind of
this
like motorcycles and
tricking me
motherfucking
at
shit
you.
that we are interested in and shit like that. We're not frivolous. We're not going to buy a motherfucking
we
bag
buy
for ourselves.
durables. We buy durables.
Yeah.
Like the stuff we buy, it should last us 10 years at least.
Right.
You can't,
However,
you
Mr.
can't
Bennett,
fund this economy that way. You need monthly consumables and perishables and renewables, or you just like, you know what? I don't feel like this anymore,
Like
or whatever,
nails,
and I just,
but
we take pride in our
That
older stuff.
1.7
But
trillion.
even with talking with that, fellas, you got to also understand that the man is starting to change. They're starting to be more feminine. They're starting to be more frivolous with their spending. They're starting to be more lazy. They're starting to be more complacent. This is
But
what we see.
we're not calling this shit out either. I call
Well,
that in my personal life. I call this shit out. Hey,
Well,
man,
here's
so
my
black
thing.
man,
JT, here's my thing. If they,
you with us
JT,
now.
here's the
You
thing.
a old nigga.
JT, here's my thing.
See,
If
you
they
was the
made,
young
listen,
nigga.
JT,
But
if
you-
they
you
made
a
their
old
money,
nigga now.
JT, listen, if they made their money, they can spend it how they feel like it. You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't have somebody down the street telling you, JT, you need to go down here and pay for this woman's eggs and cheese and grits. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
But until as a whole, until it hurts, we're not going to
Who is it
fight
hurting
back.
though? Who is it hurting though?
The next generation.
Shit, no, it ain't. The
Shit,
next
that's
generation
why I
ain't
just
getting
said.
made. The next gen, that they opening the floodgates to let somebody else come in and buy these eggs,
No,
cheese, and grits.
Right, but what I'm saying is this: the man is changing.
No, he's
we
not.
talking about all you got to do.
He's getting
put a
smarter, I'll
couple
tell you that.
Put a couple of 27-year-olds up here. Put one motherfucking 50-year-old up here, and put 7 27-year-olds up here, 22-year-olds, and you will see they won't have the conversation we're gonna have. They're gonna be talking about motion and buying belts and shit and buying frivolous ass motherfucking bullshit.
Well, JT, you act
Different
like you ain't never bought no
colognes.
speaker box before, man, and put in your Chevy. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
No, but listen.
Come on.
We work hard for the shit we get. I remember when I didn't have a whole lot of money and I wanted some shit, right? I saved my motherfucking money and got it. I didn't do what a lot of, if you see how women's spending habits is, they will make a shitload of money.
Lord,
And they would take all that money they made and go and just give it to somebody else. We ain't really like that. We could be $30,000 a year. We know what we like. I'm gonna get that PS5, but I might have to put that bitch on layaway, or I'm gonna have to pay that motherfucker or something like that. A woman would have 5 credit cards. She would have some shit saved up in her motherfucking checking account. She'd have a shitload of money, but she going on that motherfucking trip. She about to take that cruise for 10 days with alcohol, with the whole alcohol package. Anybody been on a cruise, you know how expensive that shit can end up being. You can get a cruise for $300, but by the time it's time for you to pay the whole goddamn thing, you already back up to $2,000 motherfucking dollars. Women would do that shit. Men, like, I go downtown.
You know
I
what?
do some shit like that.
You know what,
But we not
JT?
doing that type of shit.
You're absolutely correct, JT. My brother just had this conversation with me. Shout out to him. He watching right now. Hopefully his wife not. But they just went on the cruise on the news. Hey, what's going on, good man? So his wife.
Hello.
Hey, yeah, we ain't gonna say nothing bad right now. Okay, 'cause what's up? Let's give you the solo cam. What's up, man?
Hey.
Good morning, man. Good morning.
What you doing up so late?
Oh, it's morning there.
It's morning there.
Oh, that's
You don't
right.
see
You
that
and
sign
yeah, that's right. You and
it's
Yeah,
the
this
sign
morning
right there,
time.
brother.
Josh is not a bad parent.
He had to give some social proof.
Okay.
Josh had to give some social proof.
Hey, Josh, thank you, man, for sharing your kid with us, bro. I appreciate that, man.
Most definitely, brother.
Good papa, man. Good papa, bro.
Won't be no more
Well,
stepdaddies.
go ahead. What was you saying, BMU?
No, I can't say it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But, you know, but I want to show y'all a video that I came across today. Oh man, shout out to man. Old Lou left us today, didn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, Lou
man.
Gossett Jr. left us today.
Shout out to Lou Gossett, man. Absolutely.
So shout out-
one of the founding OGs of the 70s.
Man.
Yeah,
Rest
man.
in power, my
He-
brother.
I think Lou
Lewis
had the ball
Lewis
head
the
at
first
20
one. And Officer and the gentleman. Better get up
Yes.
that wall, Seagull.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I want to
Yes,
show y'all
sir.
this, man. Everybody know
That
who
was,
Ernie
his, that
Hudson
was
is.
his crowning jewel, that movie, man.
Man, yeah, won the Oscar Best Supporting.
Yes, sir.
So
Great
Ernie
movie.
Hudson, I know y'all know who that is.
Yeah.
He's had this to say. Let me bring y'all down. Hold on just a second. He had this to say. I want to get y'all's perspective on this. All right, here we go.
Women who are extra vocal
Right.
about a man paying for all the bills, paying for all the dinners, etc., etc. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, if you live long enough, you give up all that stuff that you used to believe. You know, it depends on who you're with. You know what I mean? And so making that relationship work, you know, and I realized that my wife is never going to be and do the things that I expect her to do and be. So I need to give that up because that's my stuff. You know, I just, you know, I tell her, listen, I'm good. So I just want you to be good. So whatever you need to be good. I know I ain't going to have breakfast. I'm not going to get any lunch. Now she'll make dinner every night, but I gave up on the breakfast and the lunch. You know what I
Okay, you have
mean?
to let
There's
that
certain
go.
things she
Yeah,
ain't
that's
going to
right.
do,
Yeah.
and ain't no need of me stressing over that. How she ought to be like other women. That ain't never going to happen.
Ain't gonna happen, man.
So I just got to take what I got and be happy with it, and so I can get on with, but you know, with what I do. And I think, but if you're thinking, and I don't care who has the money, as long as we have money to do what we need to do.
That's what
If
I'm
there's
saying.
food in the fridge, whether I bought it, you bought it, the kids are eating. That.
All right, guys. What are your thoughts?
Man.
He hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
He hit the nail on the head.
He
Yeah.
hit the nail on the head. Wait a minute.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Made
did.
my headphones dead. Hold on. All right, say it again. I couldn't hear you.
He hit the nail on the head, man. I'm
Okay.
serious.
Explain that shit.
Listen. I mean, especially from the point about expectation of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. From that standpoint, and if you think if you're trying to be too literal, this is where you might get it wrong. Every single marriage has whatever kind of individual compromise you have with your wife. You just do. And any man that tells me they don't, they're lying. They're just lying. Because you have to wait. You asked me.
No, I'm saying repeat what you just said again. I want people to hear
I
you.
said in every marriage, just a compromise you have with your wife.
Okay.
And every compromise you make doesn't make you less of a man. So the point I'm just trying to tell you is that you weigh the things that you could take from your loved one, your wife, and you weigh that against whether this marriage can work or not. And if it doesn't, if the scale is heavier on the fact that you can't live with the shit she's doing, then you leave. But if it's not, then you move on. And if you're going to spend your life with somebody upset over every little thing that they ain't perfect about, you're gonna have a fucked up marriage.
You're gonna be
So that's what I got out of him. You guys could have got something else. That's what I heard him say to me. So that was mine.
I can also see it from 2 points of view. Like when he was probably younger and in his career, and he was out there at the top of his game, she probably could do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she had lived a pretty decent life. You know, he's always been pretty relevant. Now she's older. She like, shit, I cook your ass dinner. I mean, 3 meals a day, you have to be really focused to cook 3 meals a day because it's prep
But
time.
she ain't fucking working. I don't understand.
I understand that, but he's older.
Don't play it again.
This shit is
Black
like
man, can you play that? Can you play?
I
Can you play
Play it
that?
one more time.
Okay. First of all, I
And
want to say
before you play it, do
Right,
me a
right.
favor. Listen, you can listen literally and listen whether he's speaking metaphorically about certain things. That's how I'm hearing it. But go
Okay,
ahead.
now I want y'all to know that Mr. Bennett, you could end up like Ernie Hudson. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Not by what he said with his wife, but by the fact that this man is 78 years old, guys. This is how he looks at 78.
Yeah. God
He's
damn.
78 years old, guys.
He would pass for, if I didn't know that, he could pass for about
49, 50. Shit, easy.
Yeah.
He's 78.
Who
In
you
2
gonna
years, this man will
call?
be 80.
Ghostbusters.
Hard work, dedication.
God damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's good.
But anyway,
Yeah.
let me play this again for y'all because our pain on some bullshit tonight. Our pain on some bullshit tonight. So let me play this shit again. Here we go. Sick of our pain. Sick of it. Every night he coming here with the same shit. I'm sick of it. All right, here we go. I'm looking at
I'm
it.
sick of him and his beard.
Yeah, I'm looking at it figuratively. Y'all don't know how
Women who are extra
Don't
vocal
shave it off, bro. You
about
good.
a man paying for all the bills, paying for all the dinners, etc., etc. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, if you live long enough, you give up all that stuff that you used to believe. You know, it depends on who you're with. You know what I mean? And so making that relationship work, you know, and I realized that my wife is never going to be and do the things that I expect her to do and be. So I need to give that up because it's my stuff. You know, I just, you know, I tell her, listen, I'm good. So I just want you to be good. So whatever you need to be good. I know I ain't going to have breakfast. I'm not going to get any lunch. Now she'll make dinner every night.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave up on the breakfast and the lunch.
Okay,
You know
okay,
what I
you have
mean?
to let
There's
that go.
certain things she ain't going to do. And ain't no need of me stressing over that, how she ought to be like other women. That ain't never going to happen.
Ain't gonna happen, man.
So I just got to take what I got and be happy with it. And so I can get on with, but you know, with what I do. And I think, but if you're thinking, and I don't care who has the money, as long as we have money to do what we need to do.
That's what
If
I'm
there's
saying.
food in the fridge, whether I bought it, you bought it, the kids are eating, that.
You nigga, it sounds to me like you settled, nigga.
He's 78, nigga. What he supposed to do?
Nigga,
He supposed to get out back in the day.
He's well
nigga.
fed.
But did you hear what he said? He said, all the expectations I had for my wife, I just gave all that up. So basically, you just living with a. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing.
No, but
No,
listen,
go ahead,
listen.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, it's these
Because
fucking
it's a
boomers.
good conversation,
man.
black
These
man. We
goddamn
gotta,
boomers.
no, we gotta have a conversation though,
No,
black man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you good, boy. I'm just playing. Go
No,
ahead.
but listen, this is the thing. The man is 78 years old, man. He has, some years. And he's rich, and he's been rich for a long fucking time too. So at the end of the day, his relationship with his woman, the only thing he's saying is that I married her, and I don't have all these motherfucking expectations no more because I'm too fucking old to fight for that shit no more. At the end of the day, this is what I can deal with. That's a 78-year-old, a damn near 80-year-old man. What he gonna do? Sit there, argue with her and fight with her and then be like, I'm about to get out here and get one of these skeezers out here? No. He just sit back and say, I work with what the fuck I got. He said, and then when it came down to cooking, what did he say? She ain't gonna do breakfast and lunch. But she got dinner every day.
Now you see how we on this. Now you see how we on this Barracuda side. Now let me switch it up. What if it was her on the show and she said, you know what? He decided he's not paying the mortgage no more.
I guarantee he's an asshole. I guarantee he's an asshole. I'm an asshole. You an asshole.
Motherfucker, I don't know about that, JT. Am I an asshole?
Yeah, you an asshole. Get the fuck. You got 5 kids. They know.
6.
What's 6? They know.
Okay, and let Mr. Bennett get it on this. I know he got something that we can all take home. Wait, I'm interested in hearing his take.
Well, just FYI, he's been married to his current wife for 30, going on 39 years.
Come on, man. What the fuck we talking about?
I'm sorry.
I'm 80.
I'm
You're
sorry.
78?
No, my bad. He got married in 85. 29
Shit.
years. So
I was
he's
2.
been married for a minute.
So he's
No.
speaking
What
to
I'm saying, 39, 85. I'm
Yeah,
math.
39, almost 40
almost
years.
40 years.
40
He's
years
been
of
married
marriage.
almost 40
Yeah.
years to his
Yes.
current wife.
And think about this. They already established something. That marriage is established. So when he's talking to some young motherfuckers that don't even understand what he's talking about.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
The man's a fucking asshole just like any one of us that got a goddamn wife.
Shit, he's talking to all of us.
I guarantee his wife is doing whatever it is that he need her to do.
Right.
I guarantee it.
I don't
That
know
man,
No, the shit that he thinks is important, she's doing.
Shut up,
That's
Arpain,
what
you're
he-
lying.
78 years old. Listen, he's 78 years old. She didn't die. She didn't kill him. She didn't kill him.
And he's
Half of
look,
these
and he looks
motherfuckers now
good.
that's married, they don't even make it to 50. And they only
And
been
he's
married
good,
for 2
and
years.
he's got food in the fridge. He's got
Food
he's
in
saying
the
bottom
fridge.
line is food is in the fridge.
Yes.
As long as there's food in the fridge, then
Okay,
he's
guys.
good with it.
Let me take a quick break while you pander to this damn woman.
I hate these young niggas. These young dreadhead, long dreadhead motherfuckers.
It would give a thank you for $5. Who Jay said, "Fucking my wallet, my choice." We know that.
Hell yeah.
Is it true though? Because they got control of your wallet. All they gotta do is go to your daddy.
My wallet, just don't take all of it out. That's all.
So,
that's the
so
that's the
Mr. Bennett,
movement
what's
right
your
there.
take on what he said? That's what I want to hear. What your take is.
Big
again,
Ant with the $10 super
Hey,
chat.
Big Ant. Hey, Big Ant, what's going
He
on?
said respect
What's
to
up,
the
boy?
panel, and 13 and a half of those kids are Trey's kids. Damn! All right, I'm gonna give him a little something, guys. Take a deep breath, and I'm gonna play something
Yes,
real quick. I'm gonna go back. I don't know if I want to do the Bali men or I want to get Bishop Goodjoint in here. He been in
Get
here
the
one night.
Bishop in here.
Give me
man.
some good joint in there, man.
Get the
That's
Bishop
good.
in
That's
here.
good.
DJ play another song. Tryna party all night. 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 DJ play another song. It's clever, baby. I'm in this bitch with AJ in the club, jumping up and down like it's payday. Party all night. Shout out to my nigga, baby. Yeah, that's my DJ. That's my DJ. Nigga, I been rolling like a Mack truck. Bam, 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 throw me back one. Don't step on my shoes, nigga, back up. But you fuck around and get your bitch snatched up. Yeah, they done let me in, they done let me through, yeah. Nigga, it's whatever what you wanna do, yeah. Out of my head, chicken all night long. DJ, run this bitch, I'm tryna, yeah.
Hey, you
I
know
don't,
what?
think, I don't think there was a single woman in that video that was married.
You know what? Right.
Not a one.
Not one.
80-year-old stewardess at the end, the young one, the big. None of those women are married in there.
Oh, Mr. Bennett, wait.
They had the kids back there fanning the bishop all the way down the aisle. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I had to go look that past up, bro. That dude, and I said he was in a frat. He is a Q.
Oh, so he already know how to do it.
And,
then.
oh my God. And I guarantee you he used to tear the club up back in the day.
That's why our pain is over there out there bopping.
Man.
Bop.
He doing his thing. Look at
Bishop Goodjoint. You send us a super chat. We'll go ahead and get Bishop Goodjoint in there. Or we have a new one tonight, the Bali Men. We'll play that one real
3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip it down to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. It's a new.
God.
If you took them turbans off them motherfuckers,
Yeah.
you would thought they came from Detroit. I swear to God, you would have thought.
That's smooth as hell. That's smooth as hell.
But
Them
anyway,
shoulders,
man,
boy, be going, don't
we'll
they?
have a dance off after the show. But let's go ahead. Mr. Bennett, you were saying?
So again, not only that's his, and this is his second wife. His first wife, he was married from 1963 to 76. So he's 13 years with his first wife. But the thing that got me in the video is when he said, when I got older, when I got to a point where that stuff doesn't matter anymore. And I guess where a lot of us on the panel, we're all over 50, 50 years old on this panel, except for you, BME.
Black man with his young ass. Goddamn whippersnapper.
So I think you get to a point in life. There's certain battles. There's certain battles that are just not worth fighting, as long as you win the war. And if the war is, as again, I got to give credit to JT. If the war is death, then you're gonna give up some things. So yeah, you may not get the breakfast, lunch, and dinner served at your beck and call the way you want to, but he may be getting other needs, and you just work out ways to get those other needs filled at some point in time. So I can't and I certainly can't argue with it with his track record. I mean, almost 40 years. What am I going to tell him that's going to say you've been doing it wrong all this time? So I think for a lot of us, we do come to a point of compromise to say, hey, what used to bother me when I was 27 when I first got married to where I'm at now, 27 years later, man. So I've been married half my life. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like he said, I'm good. In the video, he said, I'm good. So basically, you know, he's learned how to self-soothe. So he said, I'm good. You know, I know you're not. Yeah, he
got a whole wife, sir.
Basically,
that should be automatic.
You heard what he said? He said, I know she's not going to do no breakfast. I know she's not going to do no lunch. All them expectations I had for her, they gones now. So and he said, I just tells her I'm
I hate
good.
these young Mr. Bennett. I can't stand these young motherfuckers. I can't wait till they get old. I swear to God, I can't wait till they get old.
How we know Ernie Hudson ain't you know, how we know the boomer ain't booming? You know what I'm saying? If he walking in the room looking like this to these women, I mean, his wife, he maybe telling her, hey, man, you gotta do
but
that.
that's the thing. See, now you trying to change. That's dry snitching. You know that, right?
Yeah, ain't dry
Let that
snitching.
man do
I'm
what he
just
do. He figured out a way. He figured it out, black man. He figured it out. Don't be trying to expose this man.
I'm gonna give y'all this for free. The man learned how to self-soothe.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you what it
gonna
is.
learn how to self-soothe too.
The man made a
Man can
deal.
still go get some, man. So
The man made a deal.
I know one man on this panel ain't gonna self-soothe, and that's Mr. Bennett. And I believe that Mr. Bennett ain't shit. Listen, if some shit change on Mr. Bennett, he gonna say something.
Man.
Mr. Bennett, you know how Mr. Bennett,
I swear to God, Mr. Bennett don't even go off that half that shit on that damn list no more.
Mr. Bennett gonna come on the show 78 years old, and Mr. Bennett gonna say, "Good evening, guys, to all the 7 Bs and the black." He gonna say, "Let me tell you something, guys. My wife came in here and she told me that she wasn't gonna cook anymore. She's been cooking for 25 years. I'm not putting up with it. It was in the contract 14 years ago. On these particular days, I'm not going to deal with it, guys. I'm not." Now, no, I'm not. I just got my AARP card. I just got my. Mr. Bennett gonna be 78 years old talking like that. Mr. Bennett ain't trying to put up with that shit. Mr. Bennett ain't gonna do no self-soothing.
Mr. Bennett is gonna revise that goddamn contract. That's what he gonna do. He gonna say, look,
Mr.
78 years old.
Mr. Bennett gonna say, you remember the contract. Look.
Put an addendum in there. You're gonna have to put an addendum
Right,
in
there's
there.
gonna be a bunch of addendums and shit.
Self-soothing. That's just funny. Self-soothing.
Their ass and their
Now,
pores and shit.
Mr. Bennett. Now come on, let Mr. Bennett talk now, goddammit. Mr. Bennett, am I right? Am I right?
What if I'm not going to go back to the contract and say, look, on page 3, you promised me this. I think at this point, I think I have too much invested to let it go now. So I mean, and look, there have been things over time that have changed from the original, but again, I got too much time vested in. So no, I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon. So,
You know what, Mr. Come on now, Mr. Bennett.
Be careful,
my
Mr. Bennett.
grandfather
This is
always
young.
told me
This is a
something.
whippersnapper
Mr.
talking
Bennett,
to you.
I hear you. I got
my
him.
grandfather told
Body
me,
senses
Mr.
up.
Bennett, quiet men are the men you must have the most concern and fear about. Mr.
Mhm.
Bennett, I just see a nigga in you. I see it. I see the nigga in you. And you will laugh and you will joke. But if you piss Mr. Bennett off and that jaw drops and those eyes buck and those glasses come off, there's a problem in the river. There's a problem. And I just see the nigga in you, Mr. Bennett. So you can't sit here and tell me if something drastically changed, the nigga Bennett ain't coming out. Listen, you have an alter ego called the nigga Bennett. And I know he in there.
Mhm.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, he's there. Good question. I'm not gonna. No.
I'm his lawyer, goddammit. I'm
Then
gonna
you
tell
work-
you right now, my client will not answer any of your
No, he's
damn
not.
ass-
No,
your
I can
questions.
take this, JT. He's not lying. I mean,
Right.
I will definitely put the issue in front and center. But like anything else, you work out, just like our Payne's always saying, you work out a negotiable contract. So
Arpain getting abused in his marriage. Hey, listen, he ain't talking about it. Listen,
Like
we
hell
gonna-
he is. Arpain don't have no problems.
Listen,
Arpain ain't self-soothing, I tell you that. He sure the hell ain't self-soothing.
Arpain riding the damn unicorn over there.
We're gonna bring
let
the
me
wings
talk?
to the courtroom right now. Arpain.
Yes.
It's been a many times, Arpain, that we've asked you questions about marriage and you blinked twice and nobody paid attention. And I'm gonna go back in these videos and I'm going to clip these videos when you were blinking
Okay.
twice.
All
Matter of
right.
fact, one time, Arpain, you were in the backstage waiting to come up, and I saw a broom heaved at you. I saw some
Oh,
liquid
yeah.
somebody threw the
Okay.
Obama book at you one day. I said, what the fuck is going on back there backstage?
I don't know. Yeah, if you could find that, show it to me.
Man,
you might find a clip where
damn.
my wife came in and gave me my dinner and gave me a kiss on the way out.
Say
That's
that.
right. That's right.
Say
Wait. Why you gotta lower your eyes and shit when you say that?
Arpain said he got a unicorn.
Y'all hear? He said that y'all here when my wife came in and gave me that plate and kissed me and walked up out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I was
Arpain
looking
said he
at
got
where
a
she puts the
unicorn.
plate down. Usually, that's why I did that. I was looking at the spot. You know.
You know
put
what,
it
man?
right on the
Let me
tape.
tell y'all what I did today. For years, I've been telling my wife, I'm gonna get me a motorcycle. Yeah. She said, "Oh, okay." So I went in there the other day. I said, "Babe, I think I'm ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get the motorcycle." So I guess for years I've been telling this. So you know how it is, boy that cried wolf. She's like, "Oh, okay." I pulled up today. She said, "What the hell's going on?" I said,
What you
"Yeah,
got?
new family member."
What you
What
get?
you got? You got
I
that
got
hog,
me- I
didn't
didn't
you?
get- No, I didn't get the hog because I'm getting too old for that shit.
You get the trike?
I went got me a me and my brother got matching bikes. So me and my brother went and got senior citizen bike motorcycles. We
If you tell me you
yeah,
got a
you got the
fucking
trike.
trait, I'm
with the,
gonna get
you
rid
got
of
the
your
touring.
ass. You got a
You got
trike.
the touring one with the suitcase, with the compartments on it.
You got a trike.
No.
You
Me
got
and
three
my-
wheels.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With the
You
eight
know what,
fingers.
black man?
Me and my brother.
No. You got training wheels.
I got
This
the sport
motherfucker
bike.
went and bought
He
a
got
motorcycle with a
hold on
training
now,
wheels.
because I got the Riker. My brother got the Walmart push cart. I got the Riker. I got the sports.
Oh, so you
bike.
got the wheels in the front, the two
I
wheels
got
in the
yeah, I
front
got
and
the,
one in
yeah,
the
I got
back.
yeah, I got the one that the street.
Oh,
the
that's
street sport bike.
the spider.
My brother has the Spider. I have the Riker.
Okay.
Well, those ain't bikes, man. Those
Those are
motherfucking.
cars. Yeah, well, technically, it's a motorcycle license. It's not a car license.
I'm a rider. I'm a rider. I got some miles.
Pause, nigga.
You get what the fuck I'm talking about,
Tell
bro.
him, JT, you a ride. I won't
Come on,
deny
man.
it. I'm a straight ride.
You got 60
You got a ride?
60 on the dash? Is it 60 on the dash?
Huh? No, I got it up
160.
on the way home today. On the way home today, I got it up to about 101, 98, 99, almost 100.
Man.
You just compromise with your wife. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a compromise. That's what
They
you
ain't no
did.
goddamn compromise.
You
I'm the
got a
man here.
goddamn go-kart. That's what you got.
Hang on, JT, you got a
I'm
ride?
the man here.
Yeah,
JT,
man,
you got a ride?
I sold.
Huh?
Yeah, I used to. Well, I don't have it anymore. I sold it. It was a gold wing. So
Oh yeah, that's a
totally
nice bike.
souped up, But at the end of the day, once you get over 60, then that's when you can do trikes and all that shit. But no, I see what black man did. He just compromised. That's all he did. He just
I'm in
compromised.
there for the long haul.
He's like, I got a bike, but
He wasn't
not
getting
really.
a ninja, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So you agree with Ernie Hudson?
Oh,
That
fuck
bike-
that!
that bike-
Arpain, I don't.
It proves it.
I
That bike
don't.
proves it.
I don't. Listen, you agree with this one. I don't.
Embrace the grace. You can't get a ninja now.
You're not
Ninjas
getting
Oh,
no
are
no,
for
she,
20 years
hold
old.
on. Is she saying she want a ninja bike or she want a ninja?
Yeah, she was saying
We need to
double entendre.
Which way you talking about, Embrace? Which way you talking about,
Tommy.
Embrace?
Is that what they call a
Yes,
double
Tommy,
entendre?
I had a gold wing.
Tommy, I know
I'm
ride.
getting a
Tommy's
Harley
got a
now.
ride.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Chat. What's your ride?
Oh, you ain't confused.
That's
Tommy got
why
a crotch
he did a
rocket,
video.
don't he?
He was
No.
he did a barbershop one time when he was on actually was on his motorcycle
Yeah,
ride.
he got a
What you
nice
got?
bike.
What you got, Tommy? I thought
Yeah,
I saw him.
Tommy got a
He
real
got a
nice
street bike or a cross rocket.
It's yellow.
Oh
I
no,
think.
Harley's
He got a real
big
nice
dog.
Harley.
Yeah,
Harley
no
big dog.
doubt.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at, Tommy. Don't worry, brother. I'm moving up in the world, no doubt. You
Now,
ain't
when that
riding if you ain't
arthritis
got
hit
a,
you in
if
your
you ain't got a
ankle, when you
hog.
miss that shift, you're gonna be over there in the goddamn wall. You need to stick to cars, nigga. You 70. What the fuck are we talking about? Arthritis hit your fucking ankle, you go. What the fuck are we talking
you
about?
ain't riding if you ain't got a hog. I ain't gonna
You
even lie with
right about that. I agree. He said Harley Road Glide.
Harley Road Glide, man.
Yeah. Okay.
And so Grace said both. Yeah,
And Grace, she said she want both. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a gift for you right now, Embrace. Hold on.
There you go.
JT, when you rode, did you go to like Sturgis and all that? You did those them biker pilgrimages and whatnot?
Oh, most definitely. I
Sturgis.
flew colors.
Sturgis in South Dakota,
It's like
right?
Arizona, isn't it?
Sturgis in South
No,
Dakota.
I never rode to the West
Let me
Coast.
see. Let me-
I've
let me
always
go to the
rode. I don't rode everywhere on the East Coast. So, my last big ride was to Atlanta when they had the roundup at Atlanta. So that was my last big ride. Was over there. So it was, man. We had 500,000 people there, bro.
Did you ever ride the free gate?
It's South Dakota, Mr. Bennett.
South
Did you
Dakota.
ever ride the free gate?
Their population is 7,000, and every year for Sturgis, they getting 1 million, 2 million people in that little town.
I didn't hear you, Trey. What'd you say?
I'm just saying, did you
That's
ever
what
ride
that's
The Freaknik?
Yeah.
No, Freaknik was over with by the time I rode, man. The
Oh,
Freaknik
okay.
was not really the Freak. No, we wasn't when I was in the bike world. I did bike world
JT.
shit.
Did you just hear yourself? By the time Freaknik was over, I was riding.
Yeah,
Do you
we always
understand
got
how you
this
can put
pause.
those two things together?
Pause, man.
Pause.
God damn, I can't do shit with black
By the
man on
time
this goddamn
Freaknik was
panel.
over, you was riding what?
No, we had too many breakouts. We had too many roundups. You know, every
Y'all
year
had
it's the
to see
roundup. That's the big shit.
Pause again. Y'all had too many workouts. What was it? Syphilis? Lost in translation. I'm gonna talk to Lost because y'all niggas ain't shit. Lost. Talk to some nigga that got some sense.
What's wrong with y'all?
Lost in translation. How do you feel about Ernie Hudson? What do you think about what he said?
He's compromised. I'm just gonna be honest, man. There are some things. Listen, there are some things I put up with, but disrespect on any level ain't one of them. I'm gonna tell you why. If I go out there and I pay the cost to be the boss, you ain't finna talk to me in no kind of way. You ain't finna disrespect me to my face. You ain't finna disrespect me behind my back. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that. I'm one of them type of dudes, man. I stand behind what I said. You ain't using no kids and no leverage on me. I'm gonna make sure I do my homework. You ain't finna be on YouTube telling me you should have chose better. You damn right I'm gonna chose better. I will take it. I will take it to my grave before I give it to somebody. You see what I'm saying? I'm not doing
That's
that.
crazy, bro.
I'm not doing it, bro. You can say if you can compromise all you want to, but disrespect ain't one of them. Now I will say this about Ernie though, man. Ernie wrong for de-edifying his woman on camera. He wrong for that because he said, "I know she ain't gonna cook. I know I ain't gonna get no dinner. I know she ain't gonna." Man, brother, that's another reason why you probably getting disrespected too. You don't do that, man. As a man, you don't de-edify your wife, man, especially on tape. Now I'm gonna call him on the carpet. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing for his wife not to do one thing. It's another thing for you to be the man and disrespect your woman on film. Don't do that,
Lost,
brother.
Lost, do you need to see it again, Lost?
I don't need to see it no more. I saw enough.
Did you hear what I said?
I seen enough, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're not finna do that.
Oh,
You're not finna do that. Let me tell you something, man. The slightest little disrespect, I'm not putting up with it. If you say something by under your breath, under your tongue, none of that. I'm not putting up with it. I don't care. I will be 99 years old, single, and childless if I put up with an ounce of disrespect. And I'm going to tell you why, man. If you go out as a man and you do everything you're supposed to do and nobody even tells you thank you or none of that stuff, it does not fuel you as a man to continue. And I'll be damned If I go out and break my back for somebody, and they were like, "This how you got?" That's no, I'm not doing that. Guess what I do? I keep all my shit to myself, and I don't have to argue with nobody.
I know that's right.
That's how you do that. Some men need to learn how to stand on business, man. I'm not doing it. You can go out and compromise if you want to. You can have
Lost.
2 or 3 wives if you want to. I'm not doing that.
What you say?
Did you hear what I said?
You heard what I said. I'm not putting up with it.
So, Lost, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I remember, I think last week's show, you talked about how you would bring women to your home or to your family, and you would leave for a minute, and then the women would vet the woman, ask her different questions, probe her or whatever, and they always kind of came back with the same conclusion, like, no, she's not the one or what have you. But have any of the women in your life, have they ever offered or solicited a woman that they thought would be suitable for you, since they know you and they know what you would like? Has that ever been offered to you? Because it seemed like the ones
I'll
that
be
you're
honest.
sending over aren't the
Yeah.
ones that they're picking. So has it been reversed where they say, here, I think here's a nice lady who meets our criteria, I think you need to? Has that
I'll
happened?
be
And
honest.
what's
That's a
the
fair
result of that?
question. Yeah, that's a fair question. I'll be honest. They've actually kept them away because they know them. You know what I'm saying? The women have conversations that we're not privy to. So I trust them. You see what I'm saying? Because they had the same upbringing that I had.
Mhm.
So if those women know other women and they hear conversations, they're like, oh no, we're not going to do that. Because they don't want to bring in other women that's going to tear up the family either.
No, I
so
get
they
that.
still have a vested interest. Yeah.
No, I get that. I'm saying, so, but you're saying none of the women in your family.
No, because they haven't done it for anybody. None of the males in our family. They've smoked them over. And now I will say this: my brother's Filipino wife, she made it. You know what I'm saying? She made it. You know what I'm saying?
But he brought the wife. He brought
Correct.
no. But when I'm asking the women in your family,
right?
They should know. I mean, I'm sure these are God-fearing women. I'm sure they know women in church. They know the young ladies or whatnot.
Right.
They haven't been able to identify in all these years anyone that has been like, I think this is a nice young lady. I would like you to meet my nephew or my grandson or whoever it is. No.
To be honest, Mr. Bennett, I haven't identified them either. So I can't put that on them to say, hey, do you know somebody? Even if they did, you know, it's still my choice at the end of the day. But here's the thing.
But if they pass that criteria, the fact that you trust them so much,
right?
That if they said, "Look, I think this nice young lady,"
they haven't.
Wow,
they haven't. I'm just being honest, man.
But that's wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's you know how much they put into that. Is that something that they've had the liberty? Have they gotten the green light from you to say, look, if you find somebody, you let me know?
Of course.
Or is that just
yeah?
Wow. I mean, I think that's more of an indictment more so than anything, that at all this time, all these women, and they can't find a young lady, say 30. What do you have an age? Are you talking? You still childbearing years for you, or 35, 40?
I'm knocking some kids out the park when I get them, man. I'm here to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a young lady.
Tommy B, what's up? What?
That they have not been able to identify. A young lady who would be,
I'm gonna tell you why, Mr. Bennett. I'm gonna tell you why, because most of the women that ask about me have kids, and they know how that's off the table for me because I've been down the road before.
Wow.
I'm not doing that.
I know. I hit now. I wouldn't. Yeah. I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you.
Let me tell you. At one time, I ain't gonna hold you. One time, my aunt was approached by one of these ladies I used to work with that worked in another department with her, and she had 5 kids. And and my let me tell you what my aunt told her. She's like, no, he too selfish. I was like, oh, go ahead, auntie. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Now the chick wasn't bad looking. I see why she had 5 kids, but at the end of the day, my aunt was looking out for me. She was like, no, that
she got a litter. She can be a 10 and one. Yeah, once I see them kids,
that's why you gotta be careful. You go to like them arts and craft stores when you be seeing them women there looking to find, you got babies all over the place, and still the body's looking.
They got the babies.
Turn down, man.
So I mean, you got to go young though. I mean, you willing to go into the 20s?
Here's the thing: it's not so much as being young or in the 20s. It's more of a mindset for me. You know what I mean?
If you don't want no kids, if you don't want them to be childless, you got to go younger, right?
Somewhere in that between 30 and 35, maybe 40, pushing it. You know what I'm saying? If it's one of them things, but that's the target range. You know.
Send a note to Ebony K. Williams.
I'm not doing that.
She
got disrespect running through her veins like
You told him to fly a kite. You told him to fly a kite to
your
your girl.
program. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Ebony, let me teach you a few things.
She's just trying to get some of this hot Black American sperm. You know what I'm saying?
You hear what I said?
I'm not going to do that, sir.
I think she already got some. I think she got a kid brewing somewhere.
I don't think so.
Made to that somewhere.
I'm not doing that. But that's a good point, Mr. Bennett. They have tried, and they know that's not me.
That is, I mean, a guy like, again, a guy like you, I would be, you know, if I had a bunch of aunties and they'd be like, look, we got to find him a woman, like, you know, that would be like mission number one. Before I leave this earth, I'm not going to let this specimen of a man, this good God-fearing man, not go. It is not good for a man to be alone, and I'm not gonna rest until we find somebody, you know. So
we got measuring tapes and everything.
I'm saying, you know, it's like, you know, that's the problem. Like, but the women aren't even helping good guys.
Yeah.
Fine,
Mr.
men.
Bennett, they say they want a good.
You know what I'm saying?
They say they want a God-fearing man, but they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, but I'm saying I had a similar. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I had to create my document, my list. Yeah. Because the women in my family weren't really serious about helping me. I said, look, I'm going to get married. Y'all know who I am. And it wasn't like they were, you know, or they were trying to hook me up with ladies who had kids or you know, overweight or whatever they were just throwing them at me because they thought, oh, well, yeah, they could use a guy like you.
Right. How old were you when you got married, Mr.
27.
Bennett?
27.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was asking them, but no one was coming. And when I wrote my document, they were complaining about it. I had to, you know, I remember this one conversation with my aunt. She came and was like, Paul, I got to talk to you, man. I mean, you was like, what's going on with you? You all right? So I had to explain the doc. Now at the end, she was like, yeah, I get you now. I understand. Yeah, that make sense now. But she was freaking out, saying, what, you've gone off the deep end with this thing. But nobody really helped me find a wife. Right. All the women, you know, church related, all the networking, you know, sororities, nobody went searching for me. So I just find that odd when the women of the community are not, you know, helping you vet, especially when you see a good man, you know, it's like, you know,
now, Mr. Bennett, I will tell you, I put it to like this.
But
it ain't like they ain't been, listen, it ain't like they ain't been trying. I'm just saying that they don't qualify.
Yeah, but Gino, women are like, they're like liberals. They're gonna be looking for women you can save, not women that's for you.
Correct. Women for you. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
She's missing the.
Don't find that
don't worry about it.
They want They want the desperate ones. They're like, oh, Paul, you would be. She would.
Yeah, they trying to turn me into Russell.
She would love you forever.
Right.
If you would just take this one,
loyal.
she's the perfect one. She's right.
Put your cape on.
I'm like,
come in here.
I just said,
translation.
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not doing missionary dating.
Nope.
I'm not trying to be here. I'm not trying to bail you out. But a lot of them are like, oh, look, you know.
I'm telling you, I done hung the cape and boots up, brother. I'm not doing that.
I would rather have a man. I'd rather have a man look for him. I'd rather have a man look for a woman than a woman because, and especially, I don't trust my mama gonna try to. That's what they gonna do.
I'm just saying,
try to get
women know women.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't let women vet
women's life instead of actually having somebody that's for you. So they're gonna be sitting back and be like, "Look, she got 3 kids, but listen, she is a good mother. She's a good mother. She's gonna give it to her children." Like, what the fuck?
Listen, JC,
about?
let me tell you something. The reason why I don't let women vet for me is because they use dumb criteria as a means to put you together. They'll be like, y'all look cute together. Man, I don't care about all that.
I'm not
I don't care about all that.
No, but Lit, you said your aunt that process you talk about that goes beyond what 90% of women do. The fact that you step out the room and they go through all that and they give you that intel when you get back and with the final word saying she's not it.
I'm gonna tell you what. Here's the criteria, Mr. Bennett. Number one, no kids.
Right.
Number two, if you're disrespectful to men, that's it. That cuts about 98% women loose. All I need is one, man.
You in the show, Tommy B.
Oh, for real. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
after
right.
that, I can work with anything else after that.
That's why I was willing to go through like 100. I'm just looking for one.
I don't mind.
No, I was saying you in the show, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What I was telling Mr. Bennett, I don't mind, sir. I don't mind doing the work.
What's going on, Mr. Bennett?
What's happening, Tommy B?
Nothing much, man. You
Welcome to the show,
preach the
brother.
gospel, man. This one of the main things that I have an issue with when I hear people in this space talk is like what people don't even understand is, and a lot of guys don't admit this, but a lot of men are just like the women. Like the finer the chick get, the more shit you gonna let go. And you end up in these situations where you're in a relationship or a marriage and you like, oh, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing that. And it's because when you first seen it, you made an excuse for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I've even had some of my partners say I'm kind of harsh at this, that, and the other, but it's like, you know, you give an inch, they gonna take a mile. So at a certain point, you kind of got to set a boundary, and then once you cross that boundary, and for me, I ain't got to beef with you, I ain't got to cuss you out. No, I'm good. And we just go our separate ways, and it is what it is. But it ain't even got to be a big blow up or none of that. It's just you ain't for me. But a lot of guys, especially again, if she looks real good, will try to make excuses for you know, she don't cook that often, but it's good. I've told people I've never had an issue. Girlfriend phase, talking phase, getting fed, getting a plate brought to me, like this stuff that I be hearing guys complain about. I'm like, you know, that shit don't happen to me, because if I was in a situation where I didn't get a plate brought to me, and mind you, it ain't nothing that I necessarily even like, you know, am just crazy about. But I think if I'm at somebody's house and she doesn't bring a plate to me, it'll just come off as weird to me. Because one, don't get mad if the next bitch bring it to me.
You better
And
say
two, like, what is you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear these cats talk about it happening, the next thing I'm supposed to be hearing is how you cut her off. But I don't hear that part of it. I just hear, oh, she did this, this, and this, and then, okay, why are we even still talking about after that? Like, oh, okay, she did this, and then she was gone, and that should be the end of it. But you got a lot of these guys; they'll make excuses. I know a guy right now that was talking to a chick. He came to the conclusion that she wouldn't get on her program, get on this program. They split, and now he's trying to talk to her again.
No,
nigga.
No.
What am I missing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is the shit that goes on every day, because she's a nice looking chick. And again, like I said, just like the women will do, the men to do. If you look a certain way, they'll make all the excuses in the world on, it must have been because of this, or I could deal with that. Hey man, at a certain point you gotta draw your line in the sand. And another part of it too is the women pick up on it. And they're not attracted to a nigga that they could get away with anything from. And I think the confusing part for a lot of men is, you know, you don't want to come off as an asshole towards your woman, but at the same time, you lightweight kind of, because you got to, it's not even really being an asshole, you just got to stand on something. And a lot of women, if you don't stand on nothing, one, they're going to take advantage of the fact that you don't stand on nothing. And one thing I see a lot of guys in this space to do is, instead of getting on the man for not standing on nothing, they'll get on the woman. Well, why'd you stay? Well, why the fuck not? If this trick ass nigga gonna keep giving me bread and this and this, nigga, what's she talking about? Ain't no reason to leave. But instead of them, you know, coming at the dude going, you know, well, you know, you know, you should have did this, this, and this, they'll come at the chick and go, well, you stayed and you did this. Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Right.
Like, we the men, we supposed to be the head of this shit. Like, you know, if a woman is getting taken care of, whether she like the nigga or not, why the fuck would you leave? You taking care of me. The fuck?
And Tommy,
Yep. Now, real
I
quick,
did a show.
JT,
Motherfuckers
before
was
you do that real
laughing.
quick. This might be
Oh,
risky in the
yeah,
building
go ahead.
tonight with the $9.99 $10 super chat, baby. Thank you. Salute BMU. My apologies. I thought I responded. He's supposed to be here tonight. salute to the panel. JT, Mr. Payne, what's going on, my guy?
What it
I
do,
appreciate
man?
you, man, coming through, man. Hey, man, sometimes on the responses we don't never get to them. I appreciate you tonight, my guy. I appreciate that, man. Let's go ahead and give him the because he got a dance off on his channel, so I'm gonna give his ass a dance off. Where you at right now? This might be risky.
You got one more too. You got one more right before his Big Ant.
Oh, hold on, let me see. Did I did not do Big Ant?
I don't think you did Big Ant. That was his. Was it? But maybe you did.
Yeah, I did do
maybe
that one.
it is. Okay, all
right. So anyway, thank you so much. Might be risky. Hey, JT, I'm having some technical difficulties over here. Give him Bishop a good joint.
All right. Well, let's go with it.
Tryna party all night, DJ play another song. 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 Tryna party all night, DJ play another song.
It's clever, baby. I'm in this bitch with AJ. In the club, jumping up and down like it's payday. Party all night, shout out to my nigga, baby. Yeah, that's my DJ. That's my DJ. Nigga, I've been rolling like a Mack truck. Bam, 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 throw me back one. Don't step on my shoes, nigga, back up. But you fuck around and get your bitch snatched up. Yeah, they done let me in, they done let me through, yeah. Nigga, it's whatever what you wanna do, yeah. Out of my head, chicken all night long. DJ, run this bitch, I'm tryna, yeah.
Hey, shit, before we even get it started again, my boy Rob with Sports with Rob has come through with the $9.99, that 10 ball. Guess what, Rob? We gonna do the same thing. Here you go.
Tryna party all night, DJ play another song. 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 Tryna party all night, DJ play another song.
It's clever, baby. I'm in this bitch with AJ. In the club, jumping up and down like it's payday. Party all night, shout out to my nigga, baby. Yeah, that's my DJ. That's my DJ. Nigga, I've been rolling like a Mack truck. Bam, 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 throw me back one. Don't step on my shoes, nigga, back up. But you fuck around and get your bitch snatched up. Yeah, they done let me in, they done let me through, yeah. Nigga, it's whatever what you wanna do, yeah. Out of my head, chicken all night long. DJ, run this bitch, I'm tryna, yeah.
The old lady was in the back talking, go on, Pastor.
Oh my God. He say now I'm in better shape. Hey, shout out to my boy Rob. Sports Talk with Rob. And Rob, I gotta get your man, my next show, man. I'm definitely gonna promote your shit, man. If y'all ain't seen Rob, it's funny as hell. He be doing the foodie shit. He be rocking out with the whole thing. What is it, Rob? I got a big bag for life. He be rocking with that shit, man. I love you, man. Most definitely. Thank you for the 10 ball, bro. Most definitely. We got no, that wasn't another one right there.
No, that's all of them. That's all.
Yeah,
right
help say no. He said I'm in better shape.
The bad
Listen to
legs.
you, boy. This might be risky, man. Most definitely. Most definitely. What's
Mr.
going
Bennett,
on,
you
Josh?
wanted to add something, sir?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. You explained a lot, but I can certainly relate to a lot of your experience with that. But yeah, I would think that those women be more interested or take more urgently helping you define. But I can appreciate not necessarily wanting women vet, but I've never seen women do it the way the women in your family do it. So that's why I was probing a bit more. So why they can go another step with that. But,
Now, I will say this too. I have cousins who are single and maybe about 5 or 6 years younger than me. And they ain't married either. You know what I'm saying? I think my brothers and I think, my brothers were the last ones of my line that got married. You know what I'm saying? My middle brother, he's on his third, but My baby brother, he only got married one time, and that was it. That was to the Filipino chick. So right. So
Did you ever consider not passport per se, but did you think outside the country, was that part of the equation?
You know what? Here's my thing. It's not so much as the race of the woman. It's how she thinks. You know what I'm saying? How she carries herself. So I'm open to whatever, but at the end of the day, it's got to be how I got to do it because I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna disrespect her, that type of thing. I just want somebody to play ball like I'm gonna play ball.
Sure.
You know, it's easy like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Arpain, did you want to add something, sir, to the conversation?
No, I was listening to the brother and talking about men and women and how they lower their standards.
Right.
But it's different for men and women, right? Women who have all these big lofty ass standards, they'll give all that shit up for the man who aesthetically pleases them.
Right.
Whether that guy meets all the criteria or not, if they get turned on by a guy, forget about all those goddamn standards. That's why they get in so much trouble. For a man, he gives up his standards if the woman's fine because of scarcity mindset. He gives it up because he thinks if I lose this one, I'll never get another woman looking like this again. And that's why men give up their standards and accept women into their fold that show she could be wearing a big red flag dress. And he's scared to go ahead and confront her and say, "This, you don't meet my standards." So a lot of men give that shit up for the woman. It's a little bit different than how the women do it for men because the ramifications are different.
Right.
Especially if marriage is involved. You know?
How's it different?
Well, if a man, listen, when women let a bad guy into her marriage, let's just say he's not physically abusive, she can get out without pretty much unscathed. If a man lets a bad woman into his marriage, it depends on how much assets he's got. He's not leaving unscathed. Man, I always equate it to like a guy needs to vet the woman that he lets into the gate. And men get this shit twisted like women have a choice. They can say yes or no. But it's up to you to let the right woman in. Just like the vampire movie. You let the vampire in your house. You know, that's on you. You know, and matter of fact, I tell people, women and vampires, they don't bite you right away. They like to play with their food. They like to play with their food, man. And then, you know, if you got the wrong woman, she's gonna wait for the right time. Sometimes it's 5 years till you're fully vested. Sometimes it's 10 years, depending on the state. And then they'll pounce. I mean, you know, you might do for a couple of nights in a row in the hay and shit while she's plotting her exit. You know, so it happens all the time. You know, so I'm just saying you got to be very careful with a guy, how you vet your women. You can't, you know, if you lower your standards and Mr. Red Flags, I'll leave it with this thing. And I said this before. You got to be reasonably sure that the woman thinks you're her best choice, especially if you're going to marry her. You got to be reasonably sure about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not, she's gonna have an eye on the door all the time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I actually, you had said that earlier. I actually had asked my wife in a follow-up question to that. I had asked her, "Was I her best choice?" She was like, "Absolutely." It wasn't even, you know,
it wasn't even close.
She didn't have to think about it. It was so. So yeah, that is true.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. Here's the logic.
She could have got a Raider fan.
Exactly. Here's the logic.
Yes, sir.
I said she could have got a Raider fan.
Raider fan. Here's the logic, man. The reason why I won't date single mothers is because the woman's focus is different.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. And the killing part about it is to get a woman to admit that is too much like pulling teeth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, look, you got your kids to worry about, but I can't wait until you raise your kids to be 18. I can't do that. I don't have that time. I don't have that kind of time. You know what I'm saying? So I just go ahead and let you do your thing, let you do your focus and go on about that. But as far as the topics is concerned, if there's a situation where the woman likes the guy and the guy likes her, then y'all need to go ahead and do what y'all got to do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, make it legal, get married, and go about your business. You know what I'm saying? All this messing around and you got one foot in the tub and one outside, you know what I'm saying? Something ain't gonna be clean.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's my whole thing on that. Trey Ferg, did you want to add something to the conversation?
Man, shout out to all the married people out here in the world today, man. Shout out to the 5-year, the 10-year, the 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever year you married. Congratulations. Shout out to you. We in a gray area, fellas. Ladies, also, we in a gray area out here, man. This is a very critical time over these next 10, 15 years of our existence, man. The way I'm hearing it, man, it's like our future's doomed, man. We might as well go ahead and turn in our motherfucking flag now. Just wave the flag now. Why go through the suffering? Because we all go suffer together. I don't care how nobody look at it. We gonna be in this damn suffrage together. And we done already went through that shit before. So we gotta figure out a way, man. I think it's important to keep having these conversations. The information that was given out today is good. You know, guys, start understanding your laws because they changing. They will be changing drastically over the next 5 years, maybe 2 years. So start paying attention to your laws. If you live with a woman, go study the law, man, because it can put you back 10, 15 years. And as we say, you don't need a DNA. You just start getting mail there. You can find yourself paying for a child that you know is not yours. So be careful. Ladies, your biggest asset is your bodies. Don't wear yourself out too young because it disqualifies you as you get into a second stage of life when that age of reason start hitting you. So be careful how you move, young ladies. Move completely opposite of what you see out here in the streets. Move different. Because this is, I'm telling you, we're in a gray area, and I would hope I get to live it out. I don't want to see that shit because it's going to look ugly. So, I
appreciate like, you might be right. My only problem with this is we're literally finding video footage from the 60s of people saying the exact same thing you're saying, word for word. So when I hear this, like, end of the world speech, it gives me pause because this is the exact time. I mean, they got people in space that's literally found panels of people having the exact word for word conversation we're having at this moment. The women are getting loose. The women are dressing this way. They're getting sexual. And back then it was if you shook your hip, oh my God. But to be honest with you, after you know watching the Freaknik documentary on Hulu, that generation before me could shut the entire fuck up. I've seen so many women in that generation talk shit about this generation of women. Y'all can shut the entire fuck up because y'all was out there acting ass.
Was the documentary good?
It was smooth. It was. I mean, if you was old enough back then, you pretty much knew most. I mean, I didn't know the beginnings of it, so I kind of learned on that. But as far as like when it got popular, we pretty much knew all of that stuff and how it got shut down and all of that stuff. So, and I ain't made that. That's just from what I heard. I missed it by 1 year, JT.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed it by like a year or two. But we didn't have that. We had the Greek picnic, so we had something a little bit different, but same concept.
Yeah, I didn't know too much about it. It was some cats. I flew from Germany. They come over that way, so I didn't know anything about it at all. I didn't know anything. I've heard about the Freaknik or whatever, and then it was about 20 of us that got some tickets and we flew because some cats was from, they was from either the Atlanta area or some of them was in Macon, some of them was South Carolina, North Carolina, stuff like that. But yeah, they knew about it. I didn't know anything about it. So that was the first time I even experienced it that I knew anything about it. So.
Yeah. I heard about it. I never went. Jersey used to have, Arpane, you might remember this. I know Jersey every year, they used to have down in Asbury Park and similar things. They used to have everybody used to come out every summer for different parties and stuff like that. But nothing on the level of Freaknik.
No, I never went to that, but nothing like that. No.
Yeah.
Probably the only thing else that was close to it was the Orange Crush in Florida. The Crush, they had the Orange Crush Fest.
Now,
I used to
And
jam
that's
at
probably it.
Virginia Beach.
Philadelphia,
Virginia Beach jam.
Philadelphia had the same thing. We just called it was just a Greek picnic during the pin relays. So everybody from the East Coast would come up to Philly. So we would have the same thing.
Hot sauce, man. What you got to add to the conversation, brother? I know you've been in the back, man. Waiting. What's up?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, man. First of all, I want to say I changed my opinion about single mothers. I think they're beautiful. You should wife them up as much as you can. And the man, look. If she's STD free, then if she's willing to change, then all right. As long as she's STD free, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with her past.
He lying, y'all. Don't listen to nothing this man is talking about.
I heard him
That's
swallow
all I
the
can
blue.
Like, yeah, I mean, look. The only thing you like, as long as she ain't got something that ain't got no cure, then we can forget the past, man. Shit, suck my soul out. Shit.
Yeah.
Are you telling us that you got a lady down with a kid? That's what it sounds like.
I'm dating 2 single mothers, my guy.
Oh, there you go. All right.
At the same time?
Yeah.
At the same time.
These Chinese women?
No. They ain't Chinese. Chinese don't really do single moms like that. They don't really do that shit here. It's kind of hard to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, since you're there, is there the dating prospects in China for an African American man? I mean, are they attracted to that? Is that something that
Yeah, it depends. Like, as long as you're in a big city, you're good, right? Because like Shanghai, right? You have foreigners, you have locals, you have other Asians, so you're good.
Right.
There's something for everyone here. Yeah, as long as you're in the big cities. Countryside is going to be much, much different because they have what is it? It's like for one woman, there's like 65 dudes in the rural areas. So if you're caught dating a Chinese girl in those areas, they'll kill you.
Damn.
1 to 65 though? Was it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like in the rural areas, there's like a 25 million more men than women in there, so that's why they're going to like Singapore and Thailand to bring those women back to the rural areas to get married. Like, yeah, you don't want to be caught as a foreigner, white, black, or whatever, with a Chinese girl with 25 million men that don't have a woman.
It's understandable.
And they don't consider that being like, you're not being ethnically pure if you go get a form.
I mean, yeah, you have all that too, but just the fact that there's a drought of women in general, right? And then you, as a foreigner in my country, dating my woman, when 25 million men.
That I get, but I'm saying for the guys who are going out to Thailand and all these other countries.
Singapore is ethnically Chinese, and also some parts of Philippines are ethnically Chinese.
Okay,
right.
Okay, so they're not just getting the dark.
No, they're going to and then Vietnamese is kind of similar, right?
Okay, so they can live with that. I got you. Wow.
Yeah, they can live with that. They're not going to any Asian country. They're going to what they believe is just like historically, ethnically their ancestor countries.
Right. So they're not going to Japan. They're not looking for Japanese women or whatever.
Well, but the culture between them, the history is bad between Japan and China, right?
True that. Yeah. Gotcha. That's interesting.
Listen,
gentlemen, I need to step off. Again, good discussion. We went around the world. Great discussion with you guys. Definitely, I'll see you guys. Actually, I guess the men were off Tuesday. I think they're going to have a women's only show, but also stay tuned for again Sunday Gray Area. Myself and Grooming Reviews will be. I don't know what we're talking about, but I'll circle back with them. But looking forward to a show on Sunday night. And but again, I'll see you guys out in the spaces. But thanks for having me tonight, and you guys be safe and stay cool.
Appreciate you,
Mr.
brother.
Bennett. Thank you, sir.
Most definitely.
Cool, Miss Bennett.
All right, man. That was cool. Yeah, man. We might as well. What we got? Last words? What we talking about?
Yeah, man. We're gonna wrap this thing up, man.
All right. So listen, let me go ahead and get mine in. Monday on Black Man Unfiltered Network, we'll be talking about the presumption of innocence and the Fifth Amendment, and in the age of social media and the court of public opinion, and how men in general are being harmed by that. Because I don't think you can actually, depending on who you are, I don't think you can get a fair trial in the United States anymore. You know, and even if you're innocent, you're losing everything before you get your day in court.
Right.
You know, because big time, because it's commercialism. So there's a lot of things that's tied to that. And it'd be nice if people want to talk about it, if people care about it, you know, because the Fifth Amendment is pretty clear. It's pretty clear. And so is the Eighth, by the way, in terms of cruel and unusual punishment.
What's the Fifth Amendment?
The Fifth Amendment is the one about, you're innocent until proven guilty. And they can't just be taking your shit and all that other kind of stuff.
Right to a trial.
Against unlawful search and seizure and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
See, let me just go ahead and end it. What they did to Diddy, whether you like him or not, should give you pause, because if he was guilty and they had a smoking gun, they would have never let him leave the country. They would have arrested him. See, all that shit by putting all that shit on blast, whatever presumption of innocence he had is gone. It's gone. You know, had his kids and everybody in handcuffs and shit. They weren't even under arrest, but you have to clear the house. So
yeah, Payne, that was deeper than just that was a whole bunch of other shit going on. That's we going in there, we taking this shit that you hold no people heads. It was to publicly embarrass him. It's basically to put him in his place. You know, all of this shit started with, you know, when he went at that tequila company. And
yeah. I mean, it's all of that stuff. So we'll be kind of hitting not just his case, but other cases as well. You know, so I'm preparing for that show. I don't, let's see me chop it up. I'm trying to kind of, elevate some of the conversation here, so it's not all relationships, even though this presumption of innocence shit will touch on that. The Me Too movement is exactly why we're where we are with that goddamn presumption of innocence. Once the women started talking that shit and they started changing the law so they can go back 50, 100 years and say, you looked at my ass wrong, and now you owe me $1 million. You know, it's crazy shit going on. Men are under attack, and I don't think we really realize it. Anyway, but that's it. I appreciate coming up. You know, is there redemption for hoes? Yeah, as long as there's men, there's going to be redemption, because there's always some guy. There's always going to be some guy that say, you know what, you a hoe, but I can't help it. I can't help it. I love you, mama. And this shit's not going to stop. Hey, good night, gentlemen. Everybody,
appreciate it, R-Pain.
Yes,
sir. All right.
Trey Fur, go ahead and give us your last thoughts, man.
I mean, the examples that's always given here, man, is sort of relevant to what's going on, in YouTube and in the real streets. Russell Wilson, for an example. If him and Ciara, hopefully they can make it through the long haul, but if they ever decide to split, then he could be on the hook for another man's child, just based off the laws. If they start pushing that law across the country, and most likely they will, so brothers just move different. Move accordingly, man. Learn the laws. They out there. You find the space and you get a hold of it, go back, do your research, do your study, assess your situation and where you are, and act accordingly, man. You have to really be thinking 10 steps ahead now. You can't just think in the moment. You got to start thinking about 6 weeks, 6 years down the road. Those things are important now. You see what's out here, man. This shit ain't getting no better for us. It ain't getting no better. So just focus on yourself, love those who love you, family, children, women, give your sons to their fathers. It'll change your life. It'll change their life. I don't know, man. I still see hope, but shit, the strongest of us is still fighting, man. I need my 21 to 41 year olds to find a way to start making it work together, man, because y'all can move the needle. Start showing up for each other, regardless of how you feel about it. We need each other to get to that next place, because right now, man, they pushing us out of the way, and they pushing us all the way to the back. So let's do it out here, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate it, Trey. First.
Most definitely.
Tommy B, Hot Sauce, y'all want to add something, man, before we wrap this thing up?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first, is our host redeemable? Absolutely. Little extra practice never hurt nobody. Shout out to Harvey Weinstein, free Harvey Weinstein and free R. Kelly, because those motherfuckers are innocent. And Diddy, run, nigga, run. And that's all I have to say.
Appreciate it. So, Tommy B, what's up, man? What you got for the rest of the night, man?
Like my initial thought would be yeah, only because I myself kind of changed the way that I move. The only difference is I kind of lean towards no, because the problem with women when they move like that is now you have a library of dicks pretty much, and whoever you decide to settle down with will be compared to that, and so that in itself can create a problem. And so that's where it kind of makes me lean more towards no, because it's like if you're in a relationship and everything is smooth, but he can't compare to what you've had before, that creates a real problem. But as far as behaviorally, I think it could change, because like I said, I mean, I've changed. Like I don't move the same way I moved when I was younger, and when I was younger, I was out there. So I think that the actions can change. I just think the effects from it are different from men to women, because like I said, with a woman, the memories don't get erased. And so if that new dude don't handle business like, number 22 did, you might have a problem on your hands.
Okay.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Tommy B, for coming to the show, sir.
For sure.
JT. Let's wrap this thing up, man.
Great conversation. Hell no. I'm gonna tell you on Wednesday why. Because that's what I'm gonna be having my show on. Is those.
Heck no.
I got the no for the majority of them. Some of them can be redeemed, but not even just some. It's just a small majority of them that can be. The other ones, shit, it's too late anyway. They gonna be going to church and all that bullshit anyway by the time they hit the wall. But yeah, man. Next week, I'll tell you the reason why, and I'm gonna show you the reason why with the videos that I'll be showing you. You can find me on this channel right here, BMU, Black Man Unfiltered Network, and you can also find me on What We Know podcast on the same time. 2 different channels at the same fucking time, and we gonna be talking about this crazy ass shit. And then after that, we always have great conversation after that, man. But I'm gonna be exposing that bullshit to y'all. But that's all I got, bro. That's it.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, on your way out the door, make sure you guys hit the like button after the show. Make sure y'all leave a comment, man. That also helps the algorithm too to push this thing out, man. It's content that needs to be talked about. You guys can find me on Lost in Translation podcast, man, on Sundays and on Mondays. Also on Humble Dad's show, and also on Tuesday here on Black Man Unfiltered, and on Friday here at the barbershop. Listen, I think that you probably could do, simps, saving the hoes. But my thing is this: if you're gonna do it, man, make sure you have some respect, man. Make sure they respect you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is this: as for me in my house, we ain't doing that. I'm just saying, I'd rather build my house from the ground up. But hey, I understand everybody's not gonna be able to, withstand that type of pressure in time. So my thing is this: if you're gonna do it, man, make sure that people respect you for the man that you are. This, to me, these laws that they're creating, they're not aimed at getting the people who are shirking their responsibility. They're actually coming for the best of us. Those who like to go out and reach down and pick brothers up from the ground up and pick sisters up from the ground up. Those are the types of laws, man, that help, that hurts, the best of us. So my thing is this: make sure if you're gonna do it, man, make sure they respect you, because there's nothing like having somebody to you help somebody and then they disrespect you while you're helping them up. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another great edition of the Black Man Unfiltered Network here on the Barbershop. I appreciate y'all for coming out. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Thank you guys, and good night.